Now I'm gonna burn all the bridges between us. I can't focus, I can't forget. I've been thinking too much lately. I just need to clear my head.
Okay, welcome back. We are back again for week 5 of LRS for Dorado Gaming Gamma. This is their last week of regular group stages. They have first place already secured. So ultimately the results of this game do not matter. But, they will be looking to clean off a clean 5-0 record for the regular series. I am joined today by our very own Walter as my co-caster. So,
Hello,
welcome back.
everybody. All right. Welcome back. Thank you for having me on today, Zol, as we wait just for draft here. Gonna be a good day
Looks
for
like
the Gamma boys.
Yeah, it should be pretty interesting. I think they do have some different players. I'm not really too sure if Drifting Cloud was there before. I'm actually gonna check if this was a player by them that was recently added. I know that they add players or change players around pretty consistently, so I kind of wanted to see if
You mean this team or
yeah,
the league? I got you.
Professor is there a Professor Zappy in here? Yeah, so it looks like the support he just got added last week, so yeah, they
Dang,
do
he
go
just
through a
got
lot
added
of
last week.
yeah, they go through a lot of roster changes. So it's very different very different teams as the weeks go by.
Yeah,
But
it's let's just imagine this is your what, second week on into the league, and you got to go against Hooked and Leading in the bot lane.
yeah, but maybe they added him because
He's
they
cracked, bro.
believe in him, right? They know that he might be a game changer. But we'll have to see. A lot of people have thought they were game changers before, and you know, just fell a little bit short. We are waiting to start up. Dorado Gaming
Looks like we're
Gamma
just
has
waiting on the
ready up.
enemy team to start it.
We're just kind of chilling, waiting, seeing.
Yeah, they're just the enemy team's just waiting on the enemy team.
Okay,
to
it looks like
respond
they're
here, I
ready.
think.
Yeah, maybe somebody went to the restroom. We're still on
Yeah,
time,
yep.
so no big issue there. Kinda just take it easy. Okay, looks like they are ready to go. Let's see what the first ban is from both sides. I know that Dorado Gaming Gamma definitely is one of the teams that is a little harder to draft against. I know that they have a lot of power picks. Like here we see the Thresh ban coming through. Obviously, you have to respect Hooked on Flay's namesake champion. But even then, there's so many power picks that Dorado Gaming Gamma wants that ultimately even banning a Thresh, despite being like seemingly Hooked on Flay's is one trick, feels, in my opinion, feels a little bad. What are your thoughts on this?
Which band, the Thresh or the
Thresh,
Rengar?
the Thresh.
I mean, I think Thresh band's always an okay band, especially when you have a really good, competent Thresh player, because Thresh can be played in a multitude of ways. Like, obviously, it feels bad to kind of like first ban a Thresh, but I mean, it's one of those things where like Thresh can be so aggro, and so protective at the same time. So like a multitude of ways of which he can play. So I think it's not the worst ban in the world.
The Jin Zhao ban coming through, that's a good ban. I think it really enables Noah to be the monster that he is, kind of just diving in, not really caring how many you have around you, because if he spaces himself right, he's practically immune, right? So yep. we see the Vayne ban coming through. I think that one's a little more interesting. I think that more than the Jin and Thresh, which are whatever your opinion might be on them, obviously great drafts. But I think maybe they're looking for like a Ziggs round one.
Maybe. I mean, I definitely don't see the banning of Vayne here. Like I know Lean's decent at Vayne, but Vayne's always a counter pick. So like banning it this early just always feels bad.
The
Jarvan, when
Jarvan,
there's so many.
Jarvan first pick. What are your thoughts on Jarvan as a jungler? I know that several of our Dorado junglers have mixed opinions on the champion.
He's the strongest. Him and Zinjao are the two strongest early game junglers. It's just how it is. Obviously he kind of falls off a little later on. So basically what you're doing, you're setting yourself up for a strong early game with Jarvan, and you're setting yourself team comp for just a go in comp.
Yeah.
Like Jarvan can only go in, so you already kind of know what they're looking to draft. And Ezreal with the counter to the Jarvan, which actually is huge.
Yeah, I think the Ezreal here makes it really hard for the Jarvan to do what he wants. One of those champions where he's already so far away from you, and then if you even try to get close, he's gonna teleport away, right?
I will say, as a jungler, Ezreal is the vein of my existence. It feels like no matter what I do, he can be behind. It's like get to the late game and you can't get onto him, and it's just doomed.
Yeah. Oh, and we see the Ezreal Ziggs coming out. Classic combo from Dorado Gaming Gamma. Here what I'm seeing is, and this is a kind of a tradition, is that Push does not care what you pick into his Ziggs, Yasuo, Irelia, LeBlanc, whatever. He's gonna pick Ziggs and he's gonna perform.
It's super safe pick for Kush. And honestly, like, even if they pick all in comps, he could just satchel and stop you from coming in.
Yeah.
Like, it's got good disengage and good engage, and it's just, you play Ezreal Ziggs, like, if they get to objectives first, who's able to walk in?
Yeah, Coin Flip Gaming will definitely look for engage picks. Yeah, the MF is, so they're obviously angling towards a wombo combo comp here with the Jarvan Misfortune. Sure. I think that Coin Flip Gaming wants to go with someone that can engage really hard as well. Okay, so we see the Rakan coming out here. Okay.
I will say, into this draft, I don't like the Zillion per se, because if you're setting up wombo combo, now unless it's Zillion mid, obviously it could be Zillion mid, but if it's Zillion bot, I don't like that as much. Clearly for the fact, like, what's Zillion going to do into a Rakan Ezreal? Rakan, they just throw out Qs all day?
Yeah.
Like, I think if you're going to use the lane dominance that MF has, I think a Leona probably would have been better. But obviously it is hard when you're playing into a Ziggs Ezreal either way.
Definitely. I'm guessing from Coin Flip Gaming. I haven't looked at the multis yet, but for the top laner, maybe we can see something like a Malphite and Aura, and something with strong engage, so that Jarvan doesn't go in alone, but also so that Ezreal and Ziggs, they don't have all the time in the world to just, poke you to death, right? And like you said, Zillion, how useful is he if, at the start of a fight, you're already like under 50%, right?
Yeah, I don't think it's the best pick. If you're gonna play that kind of thing, you play just another enchanter type bot lane, maybe like a Lulu, something like that. But it is tough because Jarvan just wants to go in, and you have a Zillion. Like, the MF is perfect. I just don't like the Zillion as much. Now, Zillion obviously can be useful with the speed ups, but it is obviously real hard to play into a Ziggs Ezreal either way when you just let both those champions go through and draft.
Yeah, so let's see what they pick here. Okay, the Evelyn pick, going for the hard solo carry. It's an interesting pick in that. Actually, no, I like it. Actually, if Ezreal and Ziggs poke somebody down, Evelyn with a good flank just comes in and kills one or two people and then gets out, and the fight's over.
The nice part is, like, when Evelyn's 6, if anybody steps up, what are you going to do? Like, if you don't have the proper warding for her, she can just free kill all over the map because she's invisible. There's not much you can do against that unless you have proper control warding around the map.
Yeah, definitely.
And then if you have control warding in the river and stuff, you just get lane ganked because you can't see her either way. It's a really strong pick. They are flexing the Morgana Zillion here. It looks like it could go either way.
I don't think either of them has a particularly good time into the Ziggs, though.
I don't think either one are excellent, like particularly great. I also don't think either one are particularly great into Ezreal either. Because Ezreal has so many escapes. Ziggs, both champs can just farm from afar.
Yeah, here we can see
it's probably decent into the Evelyn.
Yeah, it is. There's a bit of a disconnect here. The Morgana, who probably, the Ornn. Yeah, I kind of expected an Ornn Malphite type of pick here, but I want to say, there's a bit of a disconnect between the Morgana and kind of what the Jarvan wants to do. Obviously, the Morgana can get a pick, but ultimately, unless she flashes in, doesn't really have that same follow-up effect for Jarvan. They do have some like a good wombo, a good 5v5. Oh, okay, the Irelia pick here. not too sure if this is the best pick into Ornn personally. Actually, now that I think about it a little more, I mean, if he gets ahead early, Ornn cannot stop him. He's gonna get feasted on. But if the Ornn survives, he can probably do decently with a Bramble and Tabbies.
Yeah, I think even then, like, it should be okay. I think just in general, Irelia is a strong pick, just by herself. Like, she's a lane bully. I think you just have to wait for level 3 to really kind of all in. Obviously, there.
Yeah,
Just
this
can't
is
do anything.
definitely. I'm not. Gamma does not really want to look for the 5v5s. I think One Flip Gaming, if they are even and they play at an equal level, their comp is better at executing the 5v5. But on the other hand, Dorado Gaming Gamma has amazing pick potential. If the Evelyn charms somebody, even if they're kind of beefy, it doesn't matter because knowing Gamma synergy, the Ziggs will probably follow up with an ult, and they're dead. In the same vein, if Gamma shows up to the objective first, and the Ezreal and the Ziggs get the opportunity to poke them down all game, or all fight before the fight actually starts, Irelia and Evelyn can just go in and clean up, and then the fight's over, right? With Rakan, Evelyn, Irelia, in a blink of an eye, all your champions except maybe Ornn are dead, and the fight's over. But on the other hand, if Cornflip Gaming shows up first, and they're smart about it, they get a good engage, Gamma could be in a bit of trouble, given that they don't have any real frontliners, and Cornflip Gaming's comp is more suited for the 5v5s.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be. This game is gonna be down to team play. Obviously, most comp games, but I think that Gamma has a much, say, easier comp to execute because you just have the poke from Ezreal Ziggs, and then you have the heavy engage from the Rakan, Irelia combo. So it's gonna be interesting to see how it plays out.
Yeah, very slippery
I think
comp.
I think if this Jarvan falls behind early on, then it's going to be kind of doomed because if he is not strong when he goes into team fighting, he's just going to get blown up as soon as he gets ulted, like as soon as he ults in.
Definitely to be very careful. He will get outskilled by the Evelyn. I know that never outmatched. He's a very recent aficionado of the Evelyn. Has recently discovered the beauty of it, I suppose. I'm not too sure he was convinced about it before, but it seems that he has seen the light, and he's looking to show it off for the first time here in this game. Overall, what are your bets? What comp do you like the most? What are your predictions for this game before we head in?
I think, from the looks of it, the way it should play out, this is going to be most likely a camp topside game out of Gamma here. You get this Irelia ahead either way to win the side lanes, because you have hard scaling mid and hard scaling bot with the Ezreal, and they're both super safe. So as long as they keep track of the Jarvan, expect the early games. I think the comp is a lot easier to execute in itself just from the range advantage that they do have.
Yeah.
So I think Gamma has a lot easier time to be able to play this game as long as they were respecting early game Jarvan and not allowing him to get early kills.
Yeah.
Because if he doesn't get early kills, then he can't do anything when it gets into the later stages of the game.
Yeah, definitely. I do think that I think that this will be a top-centered game. I think that Ziggs isn't really in too much danger from the Zillion or the Morgana, especially knowing Kush's playstyle. I think that we will see a lot of 2v2 fights up top. I think that the Ornn has a great setup for the gank for Irelia. If the Irelia, gets caught with her pants down, she could be in a lot of trouble when Jarvan shows up. I will say that they do seem to be lacking a little bit of damage outside of the MF. You have Zillion and Morgana, whoever's the mid laner, right? I don't think either of them are going to be doing obscene amount of damage. They're really more supporty, so I think maybe Coinflip Gaming might have benefited from a carry jungler here more than a Jarvan. I think there's a bit of a contradiction between what everyone wants.
I also think they would have benefited out of a carry mid laner instead of a Zillion, because they have so much utility out of MF, Zillion, and even Ornn, because Ornn's obviously not a carry; he's a tank.
Yeah, maybe even like an Orianna.
Maybe, that's the wombo you'd probably want in this situation when you have a Jarvan MF is an Orianna in the mid lane. That's where I think you would want something like the Leona instead of the Morgana itself. something heavy engage, because as soon as Jarvan goes in, anybody that's captured inside the ult, you just throw your ult down as well.
Yeah.
So I think I don't particularly like the draft myself, especially for the bot lane 2v2. I mean,
Yeah.
Morgana with MF just doesn't feel very
Definitely.
good in my opinion. If you're gonna go for that kind of style where some type of supportive, even though it wasn't like they banned the Seraphine, I think you can go with the classic MF bot lane, so with the Sona. When you hit
Ooh, that could've
6,
been
it's
good,
much easier to combo
Fits
your
in the
ults
wombo a
together.
little better too. Yeah.
Yeah, I believe so, especially since Seraphine was banned
Yeah.
from Game of Bandit. I think the Sona may have been a little bit better.
Okay.
I think just in my personal opinion, would be probably a
Well,
little bit better.
we're gonna go on a little short break while this game loads in. Give us a couple of minutes, but thank you everybody that tuned in. We will be right back. Yeah, thanks for everybody that has joined us for today.
I just need to clear my head. 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 I just need to. I just need to clear my head. I just need to. I just need to clear my head. I just need to. I just need to clear my head. I just need to. I just need to clear my head. Can't focus. I can't forget. I've been thinking too much lately. I just need to clear my. I just need to clear my head. Oh, clear my head. I just need to clear my head. I just need to clear my head. Just like the street lights lit this town.
Okay, welcome back, everybody, to this week 5 of Legends of Dorado Gaming Gamma versus Coinflip Gaming. I am once again joined by Walter.
Hello.
Should be synced up. I'm at 23, 24, 25.
You are ahead. I can just go a couple seconds. It's fine.
Yeah. Looks like they're trying to do some sort of invade up top, little cheeky invade going on here.
All right. Yep.
Looks like they're calling their pathing here.
Yeah, but it looks like
Could be in a bit of trouble here, actually. Yeah, so they just walk in.
They're walking all the way around.
I'm not too sure what prompted him. Okay, let's see how
I
this
think
goes.
it's just trying to get, because like I said, I think they realize they don't really have a ton of damage. Oh, it looks like they did get spotted out. So
great job. I don't know why. Personally, I have no idea why he moved the way he did. I mean, it worked out for them. That's great. I don't know why he did that. What caused him to move out of Tribush? I don't know if they saw something. I'm pretty
I
confused.
think it's more or less maybe a protective. Could be a scouting thing. Maybe they saw some other previous games, knew that they could possibly.
Good point, actually.
Also, I think it is. If we looked at the minimap, it did look like they could have they walked in through the bot side and saw nobody. So I think it was like that was all they had.
Yeah.
So they just play super safe because I mean you see their bot side walked in. Obviously you see Kush and Lead and both put down wards. So I mean it's one of those things like, oh well, they're not here, so we know the only place they can be is invading through top side.
Yeah. And
That's the
maybe they
perks of having
figured,
the 5-man.
and maybe they figured, they have a Morgana. They have like, they might want to go for like a little cheeky invade. So when
I
they
mean, yeah,
didn't,
with Morgana, that's huge.
yeah, okay. I think I'm having that problem where the animations aren't going off properly. Yeah. So I'm gonna reset
Okay.
15 seconds. Actually, just give me a little pause. And
Give you a pause.
yeah,
Or
just
you-
wait for me.
or-
Wait for me. Yeah, just wait for me.
Okay.
Okay, I
I'm gonna
am
wait
at
210. I'm on wait
10.
at 210.
Okay, I'm trying to catch back up really quick.
That's fine.
Okay, I'm at 211. Okay, we're going to 13,
Okay.
14, 15. Okay, yeah,
I can catch up.
yeah.
I
The
can catch up.
animation. Yeah, I'm at 20 now.
Okay. All right, I'm with you. We're good.
Yeah, nothing really
Gotta
going on
love
yet.
the right spectator bug.
Yeah, it's been really annoying lately. I'm not sure why it's been happening, but whatever. At least there's a
Yeah.
quick solution for it.
Yep. Oh, and it looks like honestly a pretty interesting clear by the Jarvan here. Oh, looks like he wants to go for the early invade on the Evelyn, or nope.
Go for an
Coming
early. Yeah,
for
he's
the
going for the
mid-game?
early. No, he's going for the
Yep,
invade.
going for the invade here. I mean that's pretty usual. But it looks like Flod's going for a huge fight on top side. But it looks like Kush is rotating over. My camera is.
Bit of a trade going down bottom.
Yep, trade on. Now he did end up getting that red buff over. That is kind of unfortunate. But I mean, in the grand scheme of things, he is up. Now they're basically tied in XP. It does suck for Noah, never outmatched here, to lose your red buff. But that is the perk of drafting Jarvan early. Like he has so much pressure in the early game alone, that he can just kind of get away with things like that. As we got a fight going off into the bot
Bit of
lane
a
here.
trade going down bottom. Looks like
Yeah.
Gamma does end out on top of this little trade
Yeah.
here, but
One thing we didn't point out, the summoners here. Difference in the bot lane. We have Cleanse, Exhaust versus TP Ignite. So a better, obviously laning sums for the side of Gamma, but the TP on the MF just allows her, if she gets poked out of lane, she could just TP back, which will help in the long run. But for laning phase purposes, Gamma has the advantage with the cleanse itself, leading to the late game, obviously, because their goal probably will be to kill him. So to kind of get rid of that is perfect.
yeah, so I mean, Gamma's taking it slow, really slow early game. We do know that they could be in a little bit of trouble here. Get the
Kush
early
had a
flash
flash.
out. Yep. I mean, no harm done.
Because he literally just wasted his satchel literally right as the Jarvan went to go in, which is kind of unfortunate. Flans with the solo kill on top side.
He will go
Flash,
down
and
though.
he did get it. He will die for it. But I think the wave is pushing back to him, so in the long run, that's fine. Yeah, it looks like the wave's pushing back to him, so he can save TV. If Aura wants to get back to this wave, he's gonna have to TP, otherwise he's gonna end up losing a massive wave, I believe.
Yeah.
It's hard to see with the mini map.
Yeah, I know you're right. That giant wave is bouncing right back towards
Yeah,
towards
that's
Flans, so
huge.
it's really
So
bad.
even though he did die and trade 1-for-1, in the long run he's gonna be up so much XP.
It's a big trade for him. The only thing is that Ornn did get to save his flash for that fight. Maybe he should have flashed. I think that he would have lived if he did. But he lives to fight another day
That
with it.
bind
So
hit leading. Morgana playing Curve the Bullet, playing Wanted. Or what was that the movie Wanted?
that was a big trade for Coinflip Gaming. We can never outmatch coming in. Okay, getting
Oh, he
a
did
bit
get
of
the smite
revenge.
off too.
Okay.
I think Jarvan has to flash here. But yep.
Oh, I think never outmatched
is
is danger.
definitely stuck. Yep, and he is dead. That is kind of unfortunate there.
Yeah, a bit unfortunate for him there. He does have a lead in CS. I think they're wondering how they knew he rotated. I mean, well, the fight did last long enough where he's gonna get caught, right? He's gonna get caught on the rotation.
Yeah, I think he either needed to follow flash the Jarvan and get the kill, trade 1-for-1. Because the problem is, even though your mid waves push, like your mid laners pushed in, that gives first rotation either way, unless you're calling him over to get the rotation
Yeah.
first.
The Horn
And
isn't
then top
in a bit of a bad spot.
lane. Yeah. Problem was top lane was also pushed up on the side of Orin, so the invade was kind of scuffed. But he did get the Gromp out of it, so he has an XP lead. Now, obviously, he's going to be down a little bit of gold just from the sheer that given the kill over. And actually, just looking at the gold, he's actually even in gold pretty much. But he was ahead 300 gold before that.
Yeah. I really could be in a little bit of trouble here, actually. Okay, we will go down there. Yeah, that's the beauty of early game Ornn.
Yeah, that champ's balanced.
Yeah, this
does-
is kind of the reason why I was a little confused on the Irelia pick. I mean, yes, she can abuse the Ornn, but she has to play it very carefully since she gets to the point where she can abuse them.
I will say,
yeah.
I will say this. Just looking at it, so even though Ornn is ahead, he's down, 14 CS, 16 CS. The gold is actually still favored for the Irelia.
Yeah.
So even though he is, he has a bounty on him too. So if Irelia is able to get this, pick up this kill, if Evelyn's able to hit 6 and get a gank off, getting this bounty, like Ornn, is still down in gold. And it looks like we have a gank coming back in the mid lane and a gank going off in the bot lane here. So it'll be interesting to see if they're able to pull this gank around. Didn't proc the shield, so it must know flashes.
Oh,
and he gets the
great job
kill.
to kill him there. Yep.
Great. Yep. Way to hold out for that very last. He waited for his E cooldown to be able to get the extra damage. So that's actually huge plays by him to get that extra kill there because that's gonna, give him a lot of gold.
Yeah, a lot of
And
tempo
should
for
be
him right
first
now.
First
Looks like
dragon
the
over
it
2
looks like the
gamma.
Irelia is responding to the invade. Oh, and it doesn't go towards the Jarvan, but this is a free dragon. I do think that Gamba does have some good ults to make use of this one-time wind dragon. I think that they will like this very much.
I mean, Flan, not Flan's ult, but leading ult, obviously, 10% CDR is huge, especially even though he gets it from hitting abilities. I think the biggest ult is going to be, honestly, I think Hooked. Hooked on Flays here because, I mean, he's going to be their primary engage tool. So just 10% CDR in his ult is just going to be huge, just in general. And so we have a fight going on the top side here. Flan's going for the solo, but Ornn flashes out. Flans does have to be careful. He has no mana. Luckily, Ornn ult's not up for another, looks like, maybe 7 seconds. Flans probably should leave here just in case because he has no mana.
Yeah, I think he will. Yeah, he'll realize that the Jarvan is here. He could be in a bit of trouble here.
On a ward. I think he's just dead.
He's waiting. He's definitely waiting for. Okay, I think he's out. Actually, yeah, he's out.
No Ornn ult's here unless he has E up, and I don't think he does. And then he just dies. Oh, just had it up, but looks like trade kill.
Oh.
I don't know.
We see the Ezreal ult coming in. Oh no! Well, they still think he wins this fight. Wins this fight.
He,
Yes.
he wins this fight now. Jarvan has no combo.
Oh no! Oh yeah. Oh wait.
Oh,
you see the. Well, actually, this could be a big play for them.
Hooked is here, so Hook's gonna have to.
Yeah, they're both in big trouble. I think they will. Oh yeah.
Here?
Yeah. The Zillion doesn't live here. I think.
Kobe.
Oh no. Oh well, he does go down anyways, and they burn the Ornn TP in response.
So we got Ornn TP. We had Zillion flash ulti to save the Jarvan. I think he should just let the Jarvan die. No, we did burn both sums on both bin laners there, so now it's gonna be on the enemy jungler to punish that. Obviously.
And lead in.
And also the nice thing is, Irelia still has flash while Ornn does not.
Yeah,
so
and I was gonna say in typical lead-in fashion, not really too concerned about having to be alone in bot lane.
I'm pretty sure he's used to it at this point. He doesn't know what it's like to actually have a bot laner with him.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a good thing he's playing Ezreal because, it allows so much pressure from the support itself. As we have a fight going on into the top lane, and looks like Blonde's just getting beat down by Ornn, which is normal.
Being a little bit. Actually, no, he's fine. He gets away here.
Yeah,
but he will have to back.
Actually,
I'm not even too sure he has to back. He can just farm under tower.
Yeah, he's got the Vamp Scepter and his Q passive. So as long as he's able to just get the wave and not just die to a tower dive, then he's fine. Like I said, he's still up in gold. He's up about 300 gold on the top side right now, so that's huge. Looks like we have a fight going over this bottom scuttle here, so it'll be interesting to see kind of.
Oh, it looks like the scuttle just went to the Evelyn. No fight there.
Yeah, it looks like I think he got the smite out of it and stole it away.
And again, despite this lead from this Ornn, the Irelia is up over 30 CS.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. He's also up 300 gold on the Ornn actually, just because the Ornn is down so much gold. Looks like we have a lane gank coming in from bot side. Actually, it just looks like they killed him. This, like
Yeah.
I said, as I said, I think the most powerful ult CD is hooked on Flays there, because I mean he's able just to do that kind
Could
of
be in a
stuff.
little bit of trouble here, actually.
Yep,
No,
Flans is
no, no, he's
getting
fine. This Ornn is
Ornn.
he's he's chasing down the Irelia, and like I get the point. You wanna scare her off, but I think he might be missing a CS 2 or 3, by doing that, and that's kind
Yep.
of against the point of wanting to get a lead, getting a lead by getting good trades, right? Because if you're just over chasing, uh, kind of where's the lead, right?
Yeah, I think Flans is trying to wait on his TP to recall, because I mean he can't really. He has no mana, so he can't fight. But he doesn't also want to sack the wave because Orange is just going to push it in. So I mean, it's kind of just playing the waiting game.
Yeah, we do see that there's a considerable difference in the jungle right now. It's about a 1,000 gold difference between the junglers. Okay, could be in a little bit of trouble here.
Are they going to go? They're going in on hooked here, but he's out either way.
Yeah, ignite burned from the Morgana. Nothing really gonna happen there.
Nope. That's recon for you. You trying to just, if you're ever in any danger, just as long as your teammates kind of relatively close, you get to just walk out because you can just E away.
Yeah, so here we see.
Oh, it looks like a dragon fight is coming up here. I don't know what the objective timer is anymore.
Yeah, can you?
It's in. There we go. Yeah, dragon's up in 13 seconds here.
Okay, the Irelia
so it's
saving.
just advanced.
The Irelia's gonna have her TP. It looks like they might wait for her to push the wave out. The Ornn's already here, which could be a little bit of trouble if they engage at a good time. I mean, remember what we talked about? We want Gamma here, or Gamma should want to, poke them out before starting the fight. Here we're seeing,
which is exactly what they're doing. We have a flank on the side from Noah here, which actually might be huge, because the front line's obviously gonna kind of be standing up there. So if he's on the back side here,
oh, that's big.
Oh, does he get? Oh, and he flashes out. That's actually a huge play. Just
Yeah,
like
this
him.
could be a big fight for Gamma. Yeah, nothing will happen here. Okay. Could be a little bit of trouble here. Oh, I think they're over chasing a little bit now. They should.
I think they're really just doing everything to poke them out as hard as possible.
Yeah.
I mean, they're just trying to go for the extra kills because I think they can, just from the health bars. Because
Yeah.
the only healthy member that Point Flip had was the Ornn. So I mean, and he can't tank forever.
Oh, it looks like the
game.
Zillion is looking to come back in. That's a whiffed ult from the Ornn.
That's a field goal. That is.
Okay. The fight is a little split up. There's a little bit of trouble going on here. I think that Never Outmatched will go down. Yeah, he does go down
that
here.
is unfortunate. Is Leading able to get this kill? I don't think he does, and that's huge shutdowns over to the side of Coin Flip here.
Yeah, that's pretty bad for Dorado Gaming Gamma. Big gold swing towards. You see, look, that's what happened. They overchased on that first fight. They took way too much damage, and then this comes the second fight, and now they're not in a good position to really, do anything. Whereas they could have had that HP and maybe pulled off a cleaner, better fight.
They pulled the typical Dorado Gaming style.
Special.
Get you a good early game lead, and then throw a one dragon fight.
Yeah, I mean, good news is that they got the dragon. Yeah,
good news they got the dragon. Obviously, they threw the fight afterwards, but two drakes to none at 15 minutes gives you early drake stacking. At this point in the game, you're looking at a 19-minute third dragon. So I mean, you're able to get, if you're obviously doing it on spawn, you get Dragon Soul at 24 minutes roughly. So I mean, 24-minute.
Yeah,
and this is an Ocean Soul.
That Ocean Soul could be very good for them, actually.
Oh, he missed his E, so he didn't get the resets off, but he still
doesn't
so
even
much
matter. Big trade, especially without the Bramble Vest. I mean, like I don't think the chainmail.
I don't fully understand going to chainmail when you're into
the Warden's Mail.
Rushed Irelia. Yeah. Well, yeah, Warden's Mail into a Bork Rushed Irelia. I don't. That's like just when you're playing against Fiora. You always rush anti-heal. Otherwise, you get trades like this. Because Ornn can't... Going for the one solo under tower? I think he's able to get it. Oh, flash.
He takes him down. He gets the shutdown. which is huge. I mean, he gets the flash out of the Ornn, which will put him in a good position to, kill him again.
Also, the nice part is, I mean, he's up 50 CS, and Ornn lost that entire wave. So like, just in total, like, obviously you trade kill, which is not the ideal play, but when you trade it like that, when you're getting him not to have that huge wave, is kind of what if you're ever going to trade kill, that's how you want to do it. And it looks like we have a lane gank coming in from the bot side. I think they're able to get out. But
No,
doesn't
leading, I
have
think,
flash,
will go
but-
down here.
Yep.
I think we might see a little cleanup here.
I don't know if there's a way to clean up.
Actually, he might be in a little bit of trouble here. Oh, wait, he gets that big shutdown there.
Holy, that was
Oh,
a
okay.
huge play. Oh, but
Oh,
he's dead.
but he goes down there. Yep. I think we might see
I
two
think
people
Kush
going
is
down
probably
here.
dead here. I don't think
Yeah.
Kush. I don't think he has.
Wait, hold on. Yeah, really comes in a
Really
little
here?
late, but better late than never.
Oh, but
No, the Ornn will
he
ult
did
here,
get
I
the
think.
kill with his. I still think they're fine here though, because
They are
I mean,
fine
there's-
here, yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, they probably could have killed the Jarvan there. But obviously they were just trying to fight to get out. Obviously, Aurelia is super strong here. He can't really fight this, I don't believe. No, he just kind of heals back up here. What do you rush here? Gourd Drinker, you assume?
I think he's going Gourd Drinker, but actually, Divine Sunder
Yeah, he's
could
got
be the
phase,
option.
yeah.
Divine Sunder could work here too. I think that's a good option.
Yeah, I mean, I think the play now though is to build Aurelia more Bruiser. So I think he's probably just gonna build that Gourd Drinker. Obviously that's just gonna make him super tanky, and then like when they think they load Gourd Drinker, and then he's just full health again.
Yeah, he will be extremely hard to kill, especially with the lack of heal cut from Coin Flip Gaming at the moment. I mean, in kills they're pretty even. They are down about 1,000 gold. A lot of the gold difference, a lot of the gold that's keeping them kind of matched on the side of Coin Flip Gaming is on the MF.
Which is where you want to be in this situation, obviously, because I mean that's pretty much all their damage.
Yeah, that's their okay.
Looks like we have an invade, but they just it's just walking out. I think Noah should be fine. He has ult up, so even if he tries to get caught, like he could just ult away. He's fine.
Yeah, there's a big CS difference up top. The Ornn has 5 of their kills, right? So, how many of those kills are actually effective gold on him? He has 3 big item components. Kind of a weird build path, which is also
He like I said, I mean, what we said earlier, he just rushed the wrong item into Aurelia. Rushed the Warden's Mail instead of the Bramble. So it kind of makes it a little awkward for him. As we have another dragon coming here, TP down already from Flans. And it looks like he is going to go the Gourd Drinker, by the way, because he did get Iron Spike Whip. Try to go in for the steal.
Oh, no.
He got the steal.
it does get stolen. Fireflance is in the backline by himself, and he will. Oh, he does take someone. He takes 2 with him.
He
Popped
took only 1, and then now he's dead.
They are getting zoned by the Ornn. The Ornn should go down here. I don't think it's legal for him to be in the back line like that, but he gets away with it.
It's tough. It was a split fight. It is kind of unfortunate. It would totally be worth it if they were able to get the drag, but since they didn't get the Drake, it is kind of unfortunate. But Kush is obviously getting huge.
Oh, okay,
now.
okay. Looks like they're gonna go for
be able
this
to get
first
this
tower.
mid tower,
This
too.
mid tower, which should be first tower actually. It is 20 minutes into the game, and no towers have gone down just yet.
Ooh, the double bomb by Zillion is obviously super annoying. One thing to point out, obviously, Noah is going for the Magi's. Like most Evelyns do, no matter what. Just that's the build.
Ooh, big
Free Drake or free mid tower. That's huge. And they just walk out. They have to use Australia's to get out, but it's worth it. Mid tower. That's a lot of gold into the pockets of Gamma. Yeah, I think we just played wait for the next dragon in 3.5 minutes.
Yeah.
Is
This
kinda what
game
we're gonna play for.
is pretty even at the moment. Gamma is enjoying a 2,000 gold lead, but at this, it's not. Let's see where the gold is actually. So
the gold is on MF compared to the Irelia.
Yeah, it's pretty much just MF keeping them afloat at this moment. To be honest, I think I think the Evelyn should be looking to kind of take out the MF whenever possible. Because they haven't noticed the ward. Okay, they
It
flew
is
side.
it is going to be relatively hard to do that. You're going to need two people on the back line just because of Zillion ult. Um, Zillion ult is going to negate anything that MF wants to, or
Yeah.
that Evelyn wants to do. So it's going to have to be a committee killing the backliners because you need one to actually kill them and then one to make sure that they're there to finish the kill after Zillion ult because he's going to ult the carry.
See some
Uh,
leading getting a little
Leading.
ambitious there. They will get away, but I mean the MF.
They did get MFTP out of it.
Okay, it looks like they're
Noah
going-
is behind here. He does have a good flank.
Oh, this
You
is
have to know-
actually this could be a good fight for Dorado Gaming Gamma. We can't see the rest of the fight, but he is 1v1ing the Ornn.
I mean, at this point he can 1v1 the Ornn pretty easily. Ornn had to flash out, by the way. Also, that is Zillion ult. When it wasn't necessarily needed, he was out, but they did get the ult out of him, the Zillion. So that's a
Yeah. I mean, a lot of summoners burned, or a few flashes burned from the side of Coin Flip Gaming. Ultimately, they don't lose anybody. They're okay with it. They're not really punished too much for that fight.
Would you have to say that is obviously that is leading ult because he did get a little overzealous there.
Leading flash, yeah.
Yeah,
Down.
that's what I meant. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
look-
now I think Leiden is saving up gold. He needs about 300 more, and then he'll finish his Mirror Mana, and then he's really online. And then it doesn't really matter that he's down in gold because once he completes those two items, Ezreal just kind of does so much more damage at that point. He
Yeah.
is down over 2k gold alone, but it is kind of what he sacrifices for playing basically 1v2 under tower. And also that one fight at the Dragon obviously gave a lot of gold over to the MF.
Yeah.
But 1v2 under tower kind of just sacrificed some CS. He's not really playing to carry in the early game, but he'll be the consistent damage with
Yeah.
Kush along.
I
when we
do
get-
want to make a note of two pretty crazy things. So, fact that control ward is still in the top alcove, that's crazy, right? Because that ward should have either been destroyed. It's kind of crazy that it hasn't been destroyed, but that's not really like the weird part. The fact that it's still there means that it's like the person that placed it has not bothered to move their
to
pink
move
ward
the
around.
ward.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure it's the Ornn ward because I'm pretty sure he's been sitting on this control ward for a while now.
yeah.
Which is kind of, I mean, it's nope, and he just moved it actually. So funny enough, that was the Ornn ward. So you brought it up and he moved it. Caster curse there.
Yeah, cast
Hoping it
a
would
blessing
sit there
for
the rest
them,
of the
maybe
game.
actually.
Well, that's not curse for Gamma, bro. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, true.
But yeah, I mean that's really not the bad. Obviously, they were sitting
Bit
on
of
a ward there, so this we got a fight breaking out. Never outmatched, kind of into the back line, but
Oh.
away.
Oh, and he
And-
will go down there. That's a great pick. They kind of bamboozled Coin Flip Gaming into trying to help the Jarvan, but what do you need to help the Jarvan for?
Jarvan.
He's beefy.
They ulted the Jarvan because Jarvan was 1 HP because Ezreal ulted him. But he didn't even do enough damage to kill him, so the actual ult from Zillion actually didn't even do anything. Because it didn't actually go off.
I think if you're Gamma, maybe you look for a little Baron play here. Actually, maybe they should have ran straight to Baron. It's a little too late now, but I think
you
if they ran
could.
straight
I
there,
still think they could.
looks like they're gonna go set up for it. Yeah.
No, Leiden's recalling, so I don't think they're gonna do it here. Nope, they're just gonna try to set up Vision, I assume. Go catch this top wave.
Oh, it
farm a
looks like
couple
they're just
camps.
going. They're just going back to farm their lanes, catch some waves. Looks like.
Yeah, I think they're just wanting to play this game pretty slow. Try to play the waiting game for Ocean Soul or another pick to set up for Baron. I think they're the smart play. Obviously, it's the slow play would be just to wait for, Ocean Soul at 4 minutes.
Looks like they're
'Cause you
trying to
have- they have
punish
to fight.
really here, but I'm not too sure they can. I think
I mean, they're sending 4 this way.
oh actually now they can. Earlier that
Yeah.
2v2 definitely loses. Okay, we see a little bit of awards
We
getting
do
cleaned
have
up.
to note Orange just hit level 13, so he is 1 level away from being able to upgrade
His teammates. Yeah,
someone's Born item.
but I mean, I wonder who.
Which,
Clearly
I mean, I
the
think
Emma.
you have to go to the MF, I
Yeah.
believe. Like, there's no other option in the grand scheme of things. She's the carry. She has all the gold. if you don't give it to the MF, you're kind of trolling. In all honesty, here, in my opinion.
Kush making sure that his team keeps the control over the pit. The next dragon
Yeah.
fight will be for the soul. So, Coin Flip Gaming will find themselves forced to answer here. Okay, it looks like I'm not really too sure. He might be in trouble. Yeah, never outmatched. We'll be in a bit of trouble here.
I think he just
Oh.
ults out and he's fine.
Flashes out.
And he did flash
Oh.
away, but he is still dead, I believe. Nope. Oh.
Yeah,
No,
this
he's
is pretty bad for
Lee is
Dorado
also
Gaming.
dead here.
Yep.
He got caught by the binding.
I'm not sure that
he
they
had
can.
cleanse up. He just didn't use it.
Yeah, yeah. Leadin's KDA suffering a little today. Usually has a great KDA. What are the
That's 2 weeks in a row he's played weak side, and his KDA has kind of dropped off a little bit.
Yeah, it's definitely
Yeah.
suffering here.
I mean, honestly, that was just a misplay by Leadin. He had his cleanse up. He could have cleansed and walked away. But it happens to the best of us. We're not all faker.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's just I think just a better fight. While they did obviously trade a kill, I think obviously it was a 2-for-1. So I mean, it was just a much better play from Coin Flip Gaming. But we get 2 minutes on this Ocean Soul, which is what I think we play for here. If you're the side of Gamma, force the 5v5. You just can't get caught into the Jarvan ult, into the Misfortune ult is all. Leadin's got to be, I think, a little bit more passive with saving his E to make sure that he doesn't get caught into the Jarvan ult. He also does have flash up now as well.
Yeah, and what's the dragon timer? I know that you can see the times.
It's 1:30.
30. Okay, so we're about to get
90
to
seconds.
that. So that maybe that's deciding.
It's to the point where they're starting to set up Dragon Vision. Kush is going to push side lane because he obviously has the TP. He also has a semi-global ult. Kind of a trade going top side. Also a trade going here. Flan's going for the tower dive on a Zillion. Wait, and he got the kill. Kush looks like he's about to die to... Looks like he is going to die to the Ornn 1v1.
Oh no, but they really
but-
does go down that fight. This is
Yeah.
huge for the side of Coin Flip Gaming. I'm not really too sure why or how. Unfortunately, we didn't see, but how the Ziggs got caught out here. I'd be interested.
Ornn ulted onto him, and then he couldn't go anywhere. He flashed and everything, and Ornn just ran him down.
Maybe they're a little too
And
greedy with the
he also
flashes.
tower dove him too.
I mean, we do have TPs from the solo lanes. What's the the dragon timer? Okay, so
30 seconds on the drag.
yeah, everyone will be up for this fight. I think that
It is just kind of unfortunate for the side of Gamma because you
Yeah.
lose a 2-for-1 with the cross map play on both sides. It's just kind of unlucky that like obviously Flan's made a great play in solo killing the Zillion, but then Kush got solo killed by the Ornn. Obviously the double TP down here into the bot river. Noah is on another flank ward here. So we have an opportunity, and it looks like Morgana did flash out.
Morgana is in the back line. Oh, this is actually a huge fight,
That's
Dorado.
a huge play.
Oh
Everyone's
no.
gonna die here, but it is still a 2-for-1 for the side of Gamma.
3-for-1
junglers are both
actually.
Down. Oh, you're right. 3-for-1. You're right.
Okay. That's pretty good that the Ornn got that, to be honest. They will give up Ocean Soul for this.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's huge. Now obviously that was relatively close, but Ocean Soul over to the side of Gamma. That's just a huge thing in their pockets. So I mean that's just gonna make them super strong, super tanky in these fights. Obviously they kind of traded 3-for-2, so they even did get the better of the fight. But having Ocean Souls, so in the grand scheme of things, it's just a lot of extra sustain in their pockets that they wouldn't have otherwise.
Okay. Yeah, nothing's gonna happen. They're just checking if the Baron's happening, but ultimately, nothing's really going on here. Dorado Gaming Gamma is in a good spot here. I think that they do need to start playing to their strengths a little more in poking before the fight starts, especially with the Ocean Dragon. They just have so much to stand that they should never feel afraid to kind of stick around. Right, they're going to heal back up. They have two Ocean Dragons plus Ocean Soul. That's a lot of healing going down for.
Yep. And honestly, the really only threat they have is the MF. Um, so if they have if they can find a way to kill the MF, like the game's pretty free in the grand scheme of things. It always is just tough, obviously, with having a Zillion, because the Zillion just negates what Noah wants to do. In
This
these fights.
MF's build kind of, I mean, it clearly indicates that they're completely relying on the Wombo combo to win, right? She's not even looking to auto attack. Look at that build. She's just looking
That's
to,
full abilities.
yeah, she's looking to just drop her ult and that's it, right?
And she did go Comet, because she's clearly just wanting to ult, E and ult, and that's it. That's all she wants to do. Is E ult. They're playing full, basically protect the president here. Protect this MF at all costs. That's your win con.
Yeah, Leiden could be in a bit
Lee
of
looks
trouble
like
here.
he could be caught out here.
He's fine.
He should be fine. He's fine. That is a Ziggs ult to also zone them off, so they can't do that, which is actually good. Doesn't allow them to chase. So good. Good
They
counter.
didn't know the Evelyn's
Lonzo
there.
here fighting.
The Horn could be in a bit of trouble here, actually. Oh, and he
Ooh,
doesn't have flash.
looks
I
like
think he will go down here. That was a. Oh
Redemption
wait,
did
hold on,
come
hold
out,
on.
though.
He.
Holy.
Oh no, this is really bad for Dorado Gaming Gamma.
This is so bad for them.
Actually, oh my. Actually, wait, hold on. This is actually looking like it's gonna be. Never mind.
I don't know, because the MF's basically back to full HP now.
Okay, never mind. They will get
Zillion.
aced here. Yep.
They're gonna get.
They do get
here.
ace here,
Yep.
and the Protect the President
That's
comp is
Baron.
working very well for them, actually.
Yeah, I mean, they just don't have a way to melt an Ornn, so I don't know about, really just burning everything on an Ornn doesn't seem like the correct play here, obviously, especially when you have no, like, he has no MR, but he still has so much HP. And other than, Ziggs, Ezreal hitting him, but you can't have Ezreal just running in, Eing into the team comp to expect it to go well.
Yeah, and they're starting to scale into the Ornn's item upgrades. Right here, if we look at their items, we can see that the Zillion and the MF have had their items upgraded so far. So, I'm guessing that the Jarvan is up next, but ultimately, the members who want the upgrades have them.
Yeah. And I will say, this Jarvan's basically playing the ultimate disrespect to Leiden. He's full MR, no armor, nothing. Has no expectancy that that Leiden's going to do any damage to him.
Yeah, I
But
think
Leiden
that they're
does
both focused
have
on tanking
Dorado.
something else, right? The Ornn's focused on tanking like AD damage. He's got the armor built up, and Jarvan's more focused on surviving the Ziggs, the Evelyn, things like that.
Yep. But I will say, while Leiden obviously is down, he is at 3 items. So as long as he's landing poke, the Shireldas is going to do a ton. Especially into Ornn now. Now he can melt Ornn a lot. And if you look at it, Ornn did just upgrade Jarvan's items. Jarvan has, so that's 4 of the 5 members have completed Ornn upgrades here. Obviously, it doesn't. I think it's a spectator bug, but Ornn obviously gets his upgrade at level 13.
Yeah, he's been upgraded. We're just waiting on the Morgana.
Yeah,
upgrade
which
here.
I mean, obviously you don't get until.
A lot of great wave
last.
clear here from Gamma. Nothing really happening. The thing is, this is pretty bad from Gamma. Neither of the side towers are down. This is really hard to apply pressure throughout the map. Oh, that's a lot of damage. Yeah, big harassing going on.
Yeah,
there.
like I said, I think at this point, like Leiden's at 3 items. He's really strong, but they just have to play to poke, is what they have to do here. They drafted a comp to poke, and they still have yet to really utilize that. So I think that's just what they need to do, is try to utilize the poke as they look to rotate to take this bot tier 2.
Yeah, I mean,
they just
their
put
Gamma's
mid-tier
kind of on the back foot. Obviously, the Baron minions make it hard to contest things. But they've only taken 1 tower. It's pretty. Ooh, Zillion getting low there. He will get away. The speed up means that he's not really in any true danger.
We do have 30 seconds on Elder. This is game changer right here, obviously. Elder Drake, doesn't matter. Ocean Soul, doesn't matter. Zillion ult, doesn't make a difference here. Elder basically could win you the game in 1 team fight alone. Especially since Cornfoot does have Baron right now, but their Baron is going to run up here relatively soon. Looks
Yeah.
like they have. It's literally up right now.
It's a
It's
big
basically
fight.
up. Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's really just on Gamma to get good poke off before they try to engage here.
Okay, so
Um,
they know where Noah is at the moment. Kind of trying to play in a way to kind of scare him off.
yep, they're just, but that's huge. That gives Gamma. Gamma could literally just start the. Wait, MF is pretty far away from her team. She does have GA though.
I
Fonz did
think,
get hit by the
yeah,
ult there, or by the Morgana Q.
yeah.
Poke down onto the. We do have to know it. Obviously, is still behind, so we just have to let the poke come out from Leading and Kush here. Um, looks like here comes the engage from and a whiff. Oh, it did hit Leading in the back line there. But a huge fight coming in.
Yeah,
Oh, didn't even get his ult off.
yeah, really goes down right away.
No, that
Okay.
was
Oh,
Noah.
the
Noah died
Noah.
right
Yeah.
away.
No, this is looking like disaster for Gamma.
But Ezreal's still alive here, and Kush is also still alive. Leading does have to be careful. This could be free Elder for them, because Morgana has to recall. MF is still kind of fully alive. Ocean Soul's just gonna keep Gamma basically healed up here.
Oh, I think they
Um,
have to back off here. The
TP
Zillion's
coming out
back.
of the. We do have TP from Flans as well, so TP from Flans on this control ward should be enough. Oh, looks like he's not gonna. No, he's TPing behind. He's TPing behind. So it'll be interesting to see. I think they're just gonna stall it out. Don't really know what they want to do here because both junglers are up. Well, I guess Noah's up first. Noah should get here first, actually, because Evelyn is just so
MF
fast.
is back up. This could be pretty dangerous if they don't play it carefully. If they don't play this big ult coming
They're
in
just
from
playing to poke. That's a lot of damage.
Oh my god, and she
Wait,
does.
they just walked into. You have to get the. Someone's got to get the ocean.
Oh, and Gamma does get the Ocean Dragon, but
No, that's the elder. I got
the Elder. Yeah, whoops.
Looks like Leading's dead.
Okay, it looks like they both. Looks like only the Rakan
Wait.
survives here. I think this game. This might be game over.
MF got the.
Oh, MF got
Elder.
it. Okay, so yeah, that's.
Yeah, this
I think
game
that's
is
game
most
for
likely
Dorado
over
Gaming
then.
Gamma.
They just didn't focus the Elder. They started the Elder and then went for the fight while the Elder was at 1k
Yeah,
HP. For
the
some
fight
reason.
was. The fights have been very disorganized. I think that this was a bit of an ego draft from Gamma. Um, they definitely didn't poke enough, but it looks like they will go down to Point Flip Gaming this game
That
one.
looks like game one does overgo to Coin Flip Gaming.
Yeah.
I don't mind the draft. I think they just misplayed a couple fights and it just kind of cost them.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll see kind of how it turns out coming into game two. I mean, Gamma's always huge about bouncing back. You know, they've lost very few games actually. They haven't lost any series, but they've lost very few games. So
Yeah,
it'll be interesting to see
definitely.
how they come to bounce back in game
Yeah,
two.
they'll have to come back around. I think that their Coin Flip Gaming's Protect the President comp worked out very well for them. You know,
Yeah.
they knew that the only player that they had that could match up for them was the ADC, so they played around him. So you know, they did that very well. The Zillion, the Morgana, and also, you know, I think that Gamma's comp didn't really lend itself to stopping a Protect the President, you know, wombo combo comp. Uh, you know, Lead In and Kush did not were not able to really poke out as much as they would like. I
Yeah, it's
I'm not the
just
biggest fan of the Irelia here. I mean, it was a good pick. She did what she could, but ultimately, you know, she didn't really have a great lead early on.
yep.
And you know, you can't help but wonder if a different champion could have done what she did later, but also, you know, provided pressure through the early game.
Yeah, it's just honestly the main struggle that Gamma had is they could poke and go in, but the problem is Zillion just kept
Yeah.
whoever they wanted to kill alive, and then the MF was just able to free hit 90%
Yeah,
of the
I
time.
think maybe I think if you're Gamma and you're drafting, you know, you look and you try to maybe get rid of something like the Zillion. I think that the Zillion was a huge part of their game plan. Them having an extra life every game made it very difficult, especially when you're playing something like Evelyn. I'm not too sure, you know, if that's in Drifting Clouds' OP.GG in his gaming history, But I think that in coming into this game, you ban the Zillion and you rethink your draft and you play a little more respect. It looks like the draft is actually starting, so I will
I
switch us
didn't
to
even
that.
get
Yeah, we
into
haven't
the
gotten
lobby.
invited just yet, but um, well, we can talk about it while I ask for an invite.
Yeah.
But looks like we get the Rengar band coming out again.
How'd you already get the spec link?
They put it in the team channel. I'm gonna invite you whenever
Oh,
I see you. Where are you?
all right. I can.
Okay,
That's
yeah,
all right. I'll just watch the stream. It's fine.
oh no, yeah, you look, hop in. You're already near. Yeah, oh
Yeah.
yeah, okay. I think Franco might have sent you the link too, but okay, we see the Jinzhao band coming from.
He did not send me. I'll just watch the stream.
I'll
It's
send.
fine.
I'm gonna send you the
I
link really
mean,
quick too.
it's fine. I mean, it's not a big deal. I mean, kind of standard bans. You kind of get rid of the early prio picks
Yeah,
with
I'm
the
not too sure the
Zinzhao.
MF was the problem here, to be honest. I think that the Evelyn,
No, it was just
not
the
no, the
the
Zillion.
the the difference between an assassin and um a protect from assassins with Zillion.
Yeah,
Zillion is basically the ultimate assassin cuck.
yeah,
But I mean, it
definitely.
does. If you're not going to first pick MF, it does kind of get it off the table. Because MF right now is probably the strongest ADC in the grand scheme of things. Like, she provides so much utility and everything.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, maybe
so I mean,
forcing their ADC to play to actually, have to face lead in an auto attack battle might be the way to go. Instead of
or
just kind
even
of
just
giving
a
them,
skill matchup.
yeah,
I
again,
mean, MF is all. I mean, not that MF is no skill, but it's all about positioning, and you just throw E ult down, and that's really about it.
yeah, and with
There's
the
no
comp she had, the
autos.
Ornn, the Jarvan, she had a good setup for having a clean free ult, right? And the Zillion and the Morgana, really, really, she was really protected, and all she had to do was just find a good ult angle. I think
Oh,
taking
and
that
they
away
got
from
rid of the
TFT,
Zillion
yeah.
too, so it does stop them from doing that.
What did they?
Most likely, most likely it'll be coming out a Jarvan game, unless they ban it first. Oh, they're gonna ban the Seraphine.
Okay.
So that's where it leaves you up. You can either pick a Mumu here, or you can pick the Jarvan.
Oh, and we see the
Um,
Amumu coming down right away.
I mean, yeah, you kind of have to, no?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think you take the Amumu here. That's a
I mean,
great
Amumu
pick.
is just the strongest support in the game. I mean, also not a bad flex for the jungle. Um, and instant lock from the Trundle, which actually be really good. Most likely, I'll go Trundle support, because you want to counter the Amumu. Um, and at 6, he kind of really does counter the Amumu. So that's kind of what you want it to do.
Yeah, yeah, he'll do very well there. But we'll see what. Let's see what they pick next. Okay, the Braum. Okay, so two rough
Oh, it's
champions for the Amumu.
yeah. Now I'll say Braum really isn't that bad early game. Like level 1, it's not until I think. I mean, personally, level 6 is when it becomes really a big problem because Amumu will go in and then Braum can just ult you, stop you. The thing you run into is anything you pair into Braum shield just kind of dicks everything over. Is where the main problem lies.
Yeah, so we see the Viego, the big pick coming out. You know, Evelyn was already like a statement pick. Looking to really 1v9 the game, but Viego can do the same, and he's a little more reliable. We'll see.
He
I mean,
also doesn't have to try to dive backline here. He can hit frontline, take frontline's body, and
yeah,
basically
and then
take
move
over,
on forward.
basically
Yeah,
take it, and then just
and
run forward.
Coin Flip Gaming for going for the interesting. Let's see what they go for here. Okay, the Syndra coming through here. I'm surprised. They're shifting things up a little bit. Maybe after that Ziggs game, they don't feel too comfortable grabbing it again. The Vayne coming
Well,
through right here. Okay.
I think what they want to do here is they're setting up very strong 2v2 and Drake control early game. Um, you have Syndra who, has pretty strong pushing power early game, and even at level 6 is just, pretty strong. You have Viego who can 1v1, pretty well, great fighter and duelist. And then
Yeah.
Amumu, early game is just really oppressive with his double Qs. So you're allowing to set up for early Drake control again here, is
Yeah, and
what
the
they want to do.
Kaylin coming in right here. They're not looking to get bullied by the Vayne. I wonder what Gamble will look to pick for ADC here. I mean, they have the ADC and support pick still available. I'm guessing that that a top lane pick will come in next. or actually no, the mid laner for coin flip gaming should be picking here since they already know the Syndra's.
I think what they end up going here is probably knowing Leiden. Um, maybe the Ash. He could go. I don't really know what the strongest in the meta is outside. Obviously, the MF's out the table. Um,
I mean, Varys is always a strong pick, but I'm not too sure how good he is into
I don't think he'd
Vayne.
be very good into the Braum.
True, that's also not the greatest pick. So
And probably not very great into Trundle either.
yeah, the Zaya ban coming through, one of Leadin's preferred special
Premier
champions.
premier picks.
Yeah, so let's see what game of bans here for the last ban, and let's see what coin flip gaming picks. Oh, there. What mid lane did they go with here?
Mm, yeah, because then you save obviously top for counter. Um, Mordekaiser ban just to give AP off the table from top side so that they have to most likely play AP mid
Yeah, I
laner.
mean they're probably looking for some
Um,
sort of tank again. You don't want the Mordekaiser. That's kind of bully your
yeah,
tanks.
I think in this comp, I think you're looking for the tank top side or Yana coming out of the mid lane here. So battle of the control mages mid going on.
Yeah, so a bit of a okay. Let's see what Dorado Gaming game answers with here. I'm surprised that we haven't seen the Mundo, the Jinx. Okay, that's a good pick into the vein. I think that's
Yeah, good
pretty
good
oppressive
early
for the
game
Rockets.
because I mean yeah the Rockets are super oppressive. The lockdown with the traps as well. If you land the Q on one person, the traps basically can kind of keep them there until Amumu's second Q is back up. Um, so it's about what they want to blind into the top side. Um, I think you'd probably grab a tank here. So that or they grab
Oh,
Kled.
the Kled. I like the Kled here
Yeah,
actually. Like the Kled a lot. One of Franco's stronger picks. You know, looking to assert some dominance, a little more comfortable there. Let's see what the set of coin flip gaming responds with. I think we might just see another Ornn pick. To be honest, I think that
I mean that's Kled's good into Ornn, so I mean that would feel fine for Flans, no?
we see like a Malphite. I know. Well, at least okay, I was gonna say the Malphite. There it is. The Malphite coming out so that the Jinx cannot sleep comfortably at night. But the Kled, knowing Franco's style, the Malphite could have a bit of a difficulty this game. And this champion is a little less risky than the Irelia, a little more forgiving.
Yeah,
So
and
if he gets an
also
early lead, it'll be easy for him to transfer it to the rest of the map.
I will say the big benefit here from the Kled is what Samumu wants to do is ult your entire team, and what can Kled do is basically get your Mumu in to the entire team.
Okay, so looks like we're ready. We're ready to go. The drafting is over. Yeah, the Malphite pick with the last one was pretty predictable. I mean,
Yeah, I
that's
mean
for me.
it also is super unfortunate when you want to save R5 for Malphite. Um,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
not the ideal R5, but
It looks like we're ready to
you're going for
go.
the Wombo. You're going for the team fight
Yeah,
with the Oriana and everything. So I mean, it's not the worst. It
yeah,
always just feels bad when you have to draft and you R5 Malphite, in my opinion.
yeah. Last pick things always feels kind of bad, but I mean, to be fair, I'm not really too sure. What you pick into Kled that isn't a tank. I think Kled does have a bit of a harder time into some tanks if the tank player is proficient. I think after watching last game where the Ornn, should have put the Irelia in the dirt, the Irelia was able to just kind of outskill the Ornn and get a heavy lead on him. So maybe
Hmm.
we'll see something like that happening again this game, where the Kled gets ahead of the Malphite. Just notwithstanding the champions that they picked, but just being a better player. Um, what are your thoughts on the comp, really quick, before we head out? I do need to take an actual break this time around.
I mean, it's two basically not say press R comps, but I mean two rather easy team comps to execute. I mean, Malphite engage is probably the easiest engage to hit. I mean, it's just you literally press R. Oriana just puts the ball onto the Malphite to wombo. That is pretty easy to play. So that's gonna be up to the back line or the engage on the side of a Mumu to basically lock them down before they're able to do anything. So I mean, it is. I think that I think coin flip actually has an easier comp to execute with Malphite Oriana just in general. But if anything, barring does go wrong, any picks, you have a Kled R with a Mumu R to run them down with. So pick wise, you know, it's fairly even. It's all about execution when it comes to the gameplay itself.
Definitely. Yeah, I think it'll be a very interesting fight. Very interesting fights. Dorado Gaming Gamma does have a bit of a stronger front line this time in the Amumu. You know, they have
That's
a way to
pretty-
go in. I like both team comps. I'm interested to see how each team approaches it. I think that the Jinx could be a huge menace if she plays right. I know that Jinx is a great. I mean, that leading is a great player, good positioning. So maybe the Malphite doesn't have what it takes to get to him, and just
Yeah.
gets shredded down.
It is. I don't. I mean, unless you're like just, you know, you Giga think you're that much better. I always don't like blinding Vayne. But you know, because like Vayne just takes a while to scale up. I mean, obviously Jinx is a scaling champ too, but does a little bit more in the early game with her range advantage. So it'll be interesting to see how this bot lane plays out.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, well, for now, we will be going on a short break. We'll be back in about 3-4 minutes whenever the game starts. Thank you everybody for tuning in, and we will be right back.
Like a fire in a blaze, gotta burn it down. Can't be afraid to leave this out. We got this far, don't know how. I see danger in your eyes. They know we'll burn down the night. Coming just like the sunrise. You know that we gonna light it up tonight. We gonna light it up tonight. We gonna light it up just like the sunrise. We gonna light it up. Just like a spark that's breaking out. Can't make a stop, can't turn back now. We know that there's no room for doubt. No, we can't turn back now. I see danger in your eyes. They know we'll burn down the night. Coming just like the sunrise. You know that we gonna light it up tonight. We gonna light it up tonight. We gonna light it up just like the sunrise. We gonna light it up.
town. We're searching for the lost and found. But you don't care, you're unaware. Keep moving like the scars aren't even there. It's in the air, like a blazing flare. Don't stare, cause the flames will burn us. I thought you were the one for me. That's why I gave you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me. I used to kiss your head when you cried for me. Hold your hand while the pain was over. Keep you warm by the roaring sea. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, you meant the world to me.
Welcome back to game 2 of Dorado Gaming Gamma versus Coin Flip Gaming. I'm joined once again by Walter. Here we are. Dorado Gaming Gamma took the early loss. Lost the game 1 versus Coin Flip Gaming, but here they're looking to bounce back and reverse sweep the series. I guess if you can call
Silver
2-1.
scrapes have been activated here.
Yeah, silver scrapes.
Looks like they're going to do the same thing. Coming for a bot invade this time. Looks like they just love coming for this 5-man.
Yeah, I think they
but
just
Leading
know.
did the smart thing.
Yeah,
Put the ward down. So we see him everywhere.
yeah.
I don't particularly like them keep doing this, especially because they expected it. They probably really expected this game because it happened last game. So you know it's coming. I want to make sure we're synced. I am at 58, 59, 1 minute.
Yeah, I'm at 101, 2, 3, 4,
Okay, we're at
5.
the same spot. Perfect.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so here they're. I
Alright.
mean,
Sorry, go ahead.
no. They just. I think that at this point, Gamma definitely has caught on to their shenanigans.
It's funny
Uh,
because they're assuming that that they're actually invading. Like they assumed that they got invaded. Now it looks like there's going to be a 2v2 breakout in the top side here.
Actually, I'm not too
Trundle's
sure.
trolling a little bit. Wait, so yeah, I assume they're probably just thinking he started on the. No,
Okay, I
they're
think they
pinging
might. No,
out.
they figured it out. I think they figured.
No,
it
they
out.
figured it out. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, especially maybe they think
Trundle is
that
going to be
it's.
pretty far behind though because he actually started his blue buff about 5 seconds later. So he's gonna be a little bit behind as far as jungle pacing goes.
Yeah.
Obviously, did get his red buff taken too, so he's gonna be down that when it comes to it. But it looks like he probably is going to full clear or 3 camp into bot, or it looks like he's gonna go for the invade right now.
Yeah. So actually, it looks like
What
the
is he
Trundle is the
doing?
Trundle gonna flash over, and
He
he
flashed
over.
over. Okay, I mean, I
Alright,
guess you
that
flash
works.
over to get the red buff, but I mean, you're burning flash for that. Fight going on to top side. Flawn's kind of beating up on Malphite, which is kind of expected.
Yeah, Malphite not in too much trouble. He does have the corrupting potion. Okay,
So
Trundle,
this Trundle's coming from a gank here, and there's no wards on the side of Gamma to
yeah,
protect them
Gamma
from this.
could be in a bit of trouble here, but
They're in a dangerous spot here. Leadon's gonna have to flash.
I
Leadon's still dead either way.
think
Yeah,
it goes
Leadon's
down.
dead.
Yeah, he does not live
Yep.
here. Yeah, very interesting tactics, but I think they should have expected it, at least knowing that the possibility of that happening.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of have to know what's going on a little bit. You have to expect it early on when you know Viego started topside. Obviously, he's pathing down, and obviously the Trundle started bot side. Know that his red buff was taken. I mean, his only way. I mean, he's not going to really want to venture into his top side of the camps early on. So you got to kind of expect it. I mean, it is kind of a forehead moment there.
Yeah, really
Giving
unfortunate.
an early kill, especially to the Vayne, is kind of dangerous. Especially when you use double sums out of your Jinx. And it looks like the Trundle's coming back down for another gank. Flawn's obviously... This Malphite has no flash, so it should be a free kill.
Yeah, he will go down here, I think.
Yep.
He's trying to waste as much
Yeah.
time as he can, and I think he
He's
will
dead.
waste a good amount of time. But
Yep.
yeah,
Give it to Flans. That is actually huge. He's really just going to kind of steamroll this top side now.
Yeah, especially with
Sucks
TP
for
down. That's a huge amount of gold going
It-
away
as long
from
as they can, he can shove in this wave.
him.
It does kind of suck because there are no wards down for the side of Gamma. They can't just afford to walk up at all.
Yeah, the Trundle doing the smart thing here and playing on the opposite side of the map as a reaction. Okay, looks like
And Leden's dead.
no. Leading
Oh,
will get out
okay.
here. Yeah,
Yep.
they kind of figured out their game
Traps
plan.
that time was better. But I mean, he was level 3, so he had traps, which is nice because it covers that entire that entire path into there, so he has no way in.
Definitely, yeah. The
It's just so
Trundle's
tough because Braum can just jump to a minion and able to, you know, kind of make the ganks unpredictable because he doesn't have to really posture far up because he can just do that.
kind of some early trades going on from Dorado Gaming, Gamma, and Cornfield Gaming bot lane. Looks like Noah's finally showed up here. I mean, I'm sure they know he's here, clearing out some wards. A little bit of gold, a little
Yeah,
bit CS
he
here, and the
is
Trundle's
pretty
back again. Very
Yeah, the nice
unfortunate
thing
too
is-
that the Syndra TP'd, so he won't be able to react to a play.
I think that's okay. They're both TPs gone out of the mid laner. I'd say the nice part is Viego is a lot stronger. Not now, but he was because he did have the pickaxe over flash from hooked here. Gonna be a fight coming out. Double flash onto.
He will go
the-
down. Great flash from the Viego
That's a-
to take down.
That's a great double flash from the support and the jungler on the side of
Yeah.
Gamma there
Yeah,
to be able to get that kill.
pretty greedy from the Vayne too. I mean, I guess maybe she didn't expect the Viego to flash, but I think at that point, if you see somebody just running at you, that they're expecting to hit something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but great job, great play from Dorado Gaming Gamma to get the ball lane ahead now, especially the Jinx with the lead is a huge menace against the Vayne.
Yeah, the problem they kind of saw it coming because I mean the Braum saw the Viego there, so it kind of is really unfortunate because I mean you saw it happening and they still just kind of stayed there and died. As we have a fight going on top side, ult out.
Okay, I think he will go. I think he might die here. Yeah, he will
he's
die
dead.
here.
Yeah, he's dead. He fought into a massive wave.
Yeah, he was
and
fighting in a
really just
massive
kinda-
wave, and it's also it's a Malphite with grasp. Like this is always a rough matchup.
Yeah, Oriana with no mana here.
Thing is that Trundle is kind of just doing well. Okay. I think this.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, he should die here.
Yep. So we get the trade kill here. Does kind of suck a little bit that he had to, he obviously burnt TP for the kill, but in the grand scheme of things, he does get the, the trade kill. So it's not a total loss. He is down a little bit of CS. The Malphite is, but he's going to lose this entire wave. So it's going to. Noah has smite here, and he just smites it away.
Just steals it, which is
That feels bad for the Trundle.
yeah, that's a great response for the earlier steal. Here's payback for what you did to my red earlier.
Well, I mean, they traded each other's red buffs, which isn't bad. So it feels bad that he was basically just got his red buff stolen again, and it's much worse when you get it stolen right in front of your face.
Yeah.
Especially when you start at opposite sides.
Could be in a bit of trouble here.
Has been up for
Oh, he's fine.
his blue camp's been up for for quite a while now, and he didn't take it. So like, it's one of those things. Like now he's gonna lose all 3 camps, like all 3 buffs this round. But it looks like he's coming back for another gank. The Strundle is just, he's playing the map well. He knows where the win condition is. It's in this vein in the grand scheme of things. So he's just pathing for there and just basically sitting bot side, hand holding this vein. Vayne is level 5 compared to level 6 from the Braum, but probably just
yeah,
6
she's
right there
6.
actually.
Bit of a level lead for Cornfield Gaming.
They do have a level advantage. They do have a slight gold advantage. It's not much. And then we also have a gold lead for obviously the top half of the map out of Gamma here with the CS advantage and the kill lead. As we have a trade going on mid lane, I don't think
No
Kush has
mana
the
for
mana to
Kush
hit
here.
his ult. Oh, he had just enough, but it wasn't
Oh.
quite enough damage.
Needed just one more
Um,
Q. That Q needed, if that Q came out before that ult, Oriana
That was
goes
a
down there.
kill.
Yep.
Yeah, but Kush now has to back up.
Oh,
He
we're
can't
seeing a
really
bit of
play
a fight
aggressive.
going down bottom. Okay,
Oh,
hold on.
yeah,
Kush
but
is
Oriana
fine.
threw
And...
it. Oh,
Oh, big kill.
Holy Kush. Oh, and we have a kill out of lead in here, and now just steals the souls. Leading with the resets, that is huge. Trundle Pillar, they just chase him down here, and it should be, that's a huge
That's
play
a
out of the bot side of the map.
big gold swing. Unfortunately, the fight. I mean, not unfortunately. It was great to see Kush get a solo kill, but we missed out
We
on the
missed
big.
the whole
we
first
missed.
half of the fight on bot side.
Yeah, we missed the Mumu triple O. I mean, from the minimap, I could tell he got a huge ult. You know, in the last few frames that we got to see that fight, we saw that the Mumu had gotten a great ult. Very unfortunate that he died, but he you know, his sacrifice was not in vain. He died and got, you know, some
For the
kills onto
team.
his Jinx and on his Viego. So, this
I mean, let's be real. Who needs to see a three-man a Mumu ult when
Yeah, I
you
think-
can watch the P4 minutes?
I think
oh,
Ooh.
good dodge for the ult.
he will
but
go
he's still
down here
dead either
anyways. Though,
way.
yeah.
This is a fight they can
Oh,
take though.
this
You
is a
got
big
Flans
fight.
coming
Actually,
down.
yeah. This
Yeah,
fight
this is a
will
huge
go in
fight.
the favor
Malphite
of
has
Dorado.
no ult. He does have flash though, but he has no reason to burn it. And then now they can just turn on to the Oriana here. I don't think her ult's up. Nope, it's not ult yet. She does have flash though, but if they land, oh, the stun missed. Oriana flash out of that fight there. Hooked, honestly, just landing every Amumu Q. Huge ult.
Oh,
Flans flashing in here,
she will die here.
but
Yeah.
he did get the kill.
I think
and
Fire
gets the
Flans will
dismount.
die here in also. No, he's dead.
Yeah, he's dead. Did you get tower plating? One more? He didn't get one more. Well, on the bright side, the kill did go over just to the Trundle. So in the grand scheme of things, it's really not that great because Trundle falls off pretty hard when it comes into the later stages. It does suck a little bit for the early game, but in the grand scheme of things, it's not the worst to have it. It's better than Oriana, better than Vayne. And Kush did get an extra tower plate out of it. And we got a huge fight coming out.
Oh, when the
TP
big
coming
Q
down.
coming down, I think Cook will go down. Oh, wait, hold on. This is the big fight. I think the Vayne got really greedy here, but she will go
Vayne
down.
got super greedy. Noah has flash here, so he could go for this actually, and he actually is, and he's dead.
Wendy will go down
Holy-
too. You know, I'm liking this. This is great high tempo play. You know, they're pushing CFG. They're not letting them play whatever game plan they might have, which is kind of, you know, different from last game where it was a little slower. I feel like.
Well, I think this is the play style that Gamma likes to play. They want to accelerate leads. They want to push the pace, especially when you have a Viego who is strong in this portion, like kind of strong in this portion of the game, especially when you get resets. So they're playing the game the kind of the way they want to. They want to push the pace. They want to accelerate the team of coin flip or just run them over. You know, they want to accelerate the game to, you know, they don't want the game going 30 minutes. Honestly, I think they hate the game going over 25.
Yeah.
So they want to just push the pace, try to end this game early. It is tough because, you know, a good fight again, as long as they don't throw third dragon like last time, in the team fight, you know, they're setting themselves pretty good.
Yeah, the Jinx is huge here. 3, 1, and 4, 300 gold shutdown, and he has completed boots as well as Kraken Slayer. She's doing big damage. Wonder what she's gonna go for next.
I will say, in the grand scheme of things, the Jinx and the Vayne are roughly the same as far as gold goes. Your main gold discrepancy, it's actually in this mid lane. Kush is up 20 CS and is 3-0 on this Oriana. Like, she's just Kush at this point can just bully over Oriana.
Yeah.
He's also up a level. As they're going for Rift Herald onto the top side here. I think what they'll do is if they get those Rift Herald, Viego should just go drop it mid. Get all the gold onto Kush already because he's already snowballed ahead.
Yeah.
And you just want to accelerate that even farther. But it looks like he's going to go drop it top for Flans here. Which also isn't a bad idea because he's going to be in the side lane. Although
he
did
will
get the
be in a
flash
bit of
out,
trouble
I
here.
think he's dead either
He's
way.
dead, yeah.
He can't
I
get
don't
out.
think he gets away here. Yeah.
As we get a fight going on the bot side, and Vayne's just dead. I think. Oh, he missed the. It doesn't matter because Leiden is American Sniper and can just hit everything. Leiden doesn't miss. We got a fight coming out of the mid lane here. I think Kush can live. He's
gone.
fine. Now, Flans did TP in. I don't know if this is a fight you really want to
Yeah, I
take
think you
here
back
because you
off
don't
here.
have.
Maybe. Yeah, I think he might be. He might be dead here.
He might be dead here.
Yeah, I
He
think
doesn't have
he
flash. Unless the Q's
actually.
over, he's fine. Yep,
Oh, he's gone. He's
the
gone.
Q over, he's fine.
His team saved him. Fortunately for him, but
In the grand
very
scheme of things, I think he saved himself because they had no way over the wall there.
yeah.
Now, Leiden obviously did get first tower there, so that is huge. Leiden has so much gold in his pocket. And while the gold was even the last time we checked the gold charts, he is now ballooned to a 17 gate gold lead over this Vayne. This Vayne has gotten 4 CS in the last 3 minutes.
Yeah, she's having a really rough time this game. I think Jinx, she's already picking up the red buff. Really, she's just, that's the thing about Dorado Gaming Gamma. When they're playing, their comfortable play style, it's really hard to shut them down because if you're giving love to one lane, another lane's getting punished, right? And this time, even
Mhm.
though Trundle's been trying to help his bot lane, it hasn't worked out. He moved away from it, and in the end, his bot lane is still, getting punished because they're
Yeah.
not getting the help they need.
Now, I will say that is the point. I will say that's the power of this Amumu pick. Because even though you pick the Braum to counter it, I mean, you can't counter an Amumu ult that stun locks 3 or 4 people. No matter who you're playing, you can't stop that. So that alone is just the power of a Amumu pick, especially in the bot lane, just because it has
Yeah.
so much pressure in the lane.
I will say CoinFlip Gaming's warding has been really good. They have a lot of wards. I mean, right before they got cleared, they had 4 control wards in vital parts of the map, practically at every jungle entrance. So, they have control, right? While the Trundle has been constantly invading, okay, bit
Noah's
of a,
going in here. This is kind of a scary place to be, just because you don't have Prio. Yeah, you didn't have Prio. That's a pretty dangerous spot to be, and it looks like they're gonna die for it here because Malphite's here. Yeah, I don't think that's the play where you want to be. I think, and plus the Mumu or
Yeah,
Faye's allowed to just
Gamma's-
free hit.
you know,
Gamma.
the Noah's been playing extremely greedy like that. I'm not really too sure. They like we had mentioned right before this play. CoinFlip Gaming has done a great job in keeping like tabs of the jungle, of
Mhm.
of entrances. Plays like that, going for hero plays where you're not necessarily super ahead, especially against this Trundle who's actually pretty strong.
Well, it's
That's
not
not
even that they were super ahead. It wasn't even about that. It was about just the posturing
well,
of where they were.
well, not necessarily, not,
Uh,
not. I didn't mean that like as the whole team. I meant that more so as you know the Viego himself.
I got you.
Yeah, being not necessarily a monster just yet.
Yeah.
Needing to recognize that the real monster is your Jinx and not you, and maybe
Yeah.
play with that in mind.
Yeah, and the problem is Hook didn't even get to get his ult off because of where they were located. Like he had no good ults like posturing there, positioning there. So it was really kind of tough for them to do much of anything as they look to fight here, but a good 2-man ult. They still kill the backline here.
Leiden's in trouble.
Jinx is
Leiden's goes
dead.
down.
Yeah,
I don't think
Leiden's
that was
dead.
worth it all, to be honest.
I mean, unless they kill the Vayne here. Oh, which Hook got the hook, and it looks like he does die. So I mean, even though Leiden dies,
Yeah,
I
never
mean,
mind.
the Grand Leader, it's wiped.
Spoke a little too
And
early.
now yeah, I mean, it still wasn't the best. Like it was like okay engaged, but the Orianna ult kind of split them up there because it stopped the Jinx from being able to follow up. And Jinx just got pillared and CC stunned by the.
Do we know who killed the? Do you remember, or did you remember seeing who killed the Jinx here?
I can tell you. Give me 1 second. I have it. It looks like Trundle got the shutdown, so we're
Okay,
fine. Like,
yeah.
not saying we're fine, but that's a fine shutdown to give over to Trundle.
Yeah, I mean, not
it's
the
better
worst
than
person
going
to get it, yeah.
to the Vayne or the Orianna. Like, it didn't go on to one of their 2 main damage dealers.
Yeah. So I mean that did end up being a positive fight for Dorado Gaming Gamma, but ultimately, yeah, very unfortunate that Leiden went down there. Maybe we want to make sure that we don't leave Leiden behind if we didn't engage like in a very, front to back kind of formation.
Yeah. Like I said, I think that would have been fine if it wasn't for that Orianna ult. The Orianna got a really good ult, and Leiden's probably dead here. Well, luckily the Amumu's there. Holy damage.
Yeah, Mumu could go down here. Actually, no, never mind. He's pretty beefy. Not really too
Yeah, his
scared.
Vayne's just so strong though with Kraken Slayer. Looks like this is gonna be a free Rift Herald for coin flip here, because both their bot laners, so their bot lane has to recall. That is a Vayne ult out too. That is a ult down mid lane for some reason to do damage, I guess. Unless Kush lands a stun.
Yeah, maybe they're looking for a little cheeky
They're-
play.
Yeah, maybe. Going for the stun. Only lands on the Braum though.
Okay, got the
And
flash
out
out.
of the Trundle. I think they still killed the Braum here, no? He
Gets
didn't
away
get the ult
here.
off.
Ooh,
Kush
that
with
was
the
a
ult.
big ult. I do
Well,
want to say
Syndra's level 11, so like she does a ton of damage. Malphite is on the flank, and Kush has no flash, so it is kind of scary.
yeah, they got the ball on the Malphite. You know, I
Yep.
think that at the end of the day, you know, Coin Flip Gaming is very much looking to do wombo comps no matter what. Here we have like last game we had the MF Jarvan. This game we have the Malphite Oriana.
They tried to go do the Rift Herald
Just
after
died.
it already despawned.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if they're gonna do it, they need to do it as soon as the bot lane reset. I think they just waited way too long to try to do that objective there. One thing we do want to look at here, this Trundle has gotten all the shutdowns, and going is, I think, in my opinion, a very greedy build. I personally don't care for this build. He's going for the Titanic Hydra build. And in this case, you just kind of need to be a frontline for your Vayne. Like, obviously, it gives you a lot of HP, but not a lot of combat stats. And it looks like a fight's breaking out here, and Kush is going to be dead here. He has no ult. Oh, well, ult went off, but he's still dead. But it looks like they still are going to able to fight it. Good ult by the Orianna. Only hit 2, though, but it doesn't really matter. And
Yeah.
they killed them all.
Yeah. What looked like a pick for Coin Flip Gaming is just an easy stomp for Dorado Gaming Gamish.
Yeah.
They got
I mean-
the syndrome, but they invested quite a bit. You know, they dropped the Vayne, they dropped the Brommel, and then great reaction from the rest of the team to use the Kleddle to jump back into the fight.
It seems like I was gonna say, they got the pick, but it turned into a bigger pick for the side of Gamma there because they're just so far ahead as a team. And the problem is Malphite wasn't even there. They were fighting that 4v5. Now, obviously, they got the Syndra off, killed, but the Syndra got her ult off onto the Vayne, so she got just enough damage for them to be able to burst him down afterwards. So I mean, I see what they were going for there, but they were just so far down, and it wasn't even all 5 members there to be able to do what they wanted to do.
Yeah, and the lead grows now. You know, there's a pretty sizable 8,000 gold lead, which is a little more in line to what Gamma is used to seeing. You know, from their leads. You know, we'll see if they can close it out like they usually do. The Wind Soul's coming out right now, and the Wind Soul's huge for Dorado Gaming Gamma. Kled loves
Huge
it.
for Viego.
Diego loves
huge
it.
for
Everybody, maybe
Syndra.
except Jinx. Maybe Jinx doesn't
Jinx
care
is
too
the
much
only
for
one.
it. But
Yeah, I mean, Jinx ult, like the CD's nice, but the passive, the movement speed doesn't really matter. I'll tell you, again, like I said last game, the Wind Soul here is going to matter the most, I think, on Flans.
Yeah.
I think because a Mumu ult is it's just such. I personally think it's one of the best ults in
Yeah,
the
definitely,
game.
definitely.
In this,
Okay,
especially out of a
something like
support player.
that.
Ult out of the Braum missed everything.
That's
I don't-
huge for this dragon fight. I'm not
Yeah,
too sure. Yeah, this is bad for them. I think. They play very
I mean,
carefully now.
This should be a free fight for the side of Gaming here. Now Noah is on the wrong side. He is on the upside, going for a flank here, but he's not playing Evelyn this time, so it is kind of sketch because they can know exactly where he's at. Oh, and the engage coming out of Flans here, and they're going onto the Vayne, and it
The
looks
Vayne
like
will
Vayne
go
is
down
dead.
right away. Yep.
Yep. And Noah should be able to just finish everything up here.
Yeah.
Kush and Leiden just 1v1 the Malphite on the other side. Good ult out of the Orianna, but at this point it just doesn't matter. Leiden with the resets. If he lands the slow, he doesn't have red buff, but if he hands his W, he has his ult. He doesn't have his ult. But he
Yeah,
just
nice.
crits him to death.
Yeah, he just gets excited him to death. Think they could go for a
Yeah.
double inhib here, maybe.
Yeah, I think that's what they do. They put his bot side. There is no wave mid side though. I think Leiden should have went bot side and just take that tower, since there's no wave there. Mid yet, I think, but I guess it doesn't really matter. I think they can only really get the 2 outers because they didn't commit to one side. Definitely think they could have probably got 1 inhib if they all committed to the one side, just because of where the wave state was, because the wave was already at that bot tower. Gamma's definitely making up for whatever happened for game one, where they only took one tower. They're already up 5-0 on this in
Yeah.
this game on
They're
towers.
very big, and then they're also up sizable 13, well, almost 13,000 gold lead. But they're very, very strong right now. The very commanding lead. The Vayne is somewhat strong, but can't really do anything. I think.
Yeah, I think this this Vayne, unfortunately, like she needed to spend the gold and buy QSS.
Yeah, I think
She's
she
just
needed
getting,
a
She's getting
QSS.
blown up. She's getting blown up by the time she gets locked down by the Amumu ult, because Flans is just doing all he can to make sure this Vayne can't play the game, and it's working. So without the QSS, she's pretty just kind of stuck. Can't really do a whole lot.
Yeah, so pretty chill game right now for Dorado Gaming Gamma. They're kind of just taking it easy. They know what it is that they need to do.
Now I will say, so one thing obviously we've seen is them try to go for Kush. One thing we want to point out here: Kush has bought a stopwatch, so the pick potential onto him is going to be a lot worse.
Looks like they're
As they
trying to
look
get onto.
pick Flans up top side. Looks like they're going to be able to do so because he used ult, Malphite ult. He does have flash out, Vayne flash as well. Seems like a lot to use. Also, Braum ulti. I think he's dead. There's nothing he can do here. He doesn't have quite enough damage to. But it should be free mid inhib. But there's no wave. So I think they go for the bot inhib. I don't really know what they're doing on the posturing
bit
wise.
shoddy
Free
on the
bot inhib here. That is an Orianna ult out as well. We have.
That was good from Coinflip Gaming, or maybe more so bad from Dorado Gaming Gamma.
Yeah, I think they just didn't go to the bot side soon enough to take that inhib. I mean, it happens. I mean, I see what they want to be able to take both because there's only one person defending. But I think you just have to full commit the Jinx to where the wave is.
Yeah, and great job
'cause
from
you
the
don't-
Orianna too to just use the ult to
Yeah, I
clear
mean,
the wave.
you clear the wave. It does suck. You do sacrifice your ult, but her ult would be back up in another 25 seconds.
Yeah, and it's like there's no objective, so really, it's a no cost ult to save your tower,
Yeah,
and it's good.
The next objective up is the Baron, which we have coming up in 110.
Okay.
So her ult's going to be up for that either way. Now, every ult's going to be up for this, obviously. So it is going to be just down to pure gameplay at this point. Vayne will not have flash, though, and neither will Braum. Now, that is
those are
going to be a
huge.
deterrent. Those are huge, especially when you're looking at, an Amumu who wants to get onto you. If Vayne can't flash, she's just most likely going to die. So that'll be, that's going to be the big deterrent because we have, Baron's now spawning in 40 seconds. Looks like Gamma's going in to put in some pressure to get some vision onto this top side of the map. Noah should be fine here. Yep,
Yeah,
he's
no
good.
danger here for him. Thought he
Like I
might
said, I
have been a
don't-
little bit of trouble, but he's
Yeah,
fine.
I just personally don't. I don't personally like this Trundle build. Going Hydra like Titanic here. He's so he has a lot of HP, but he has no resistances when it comes to tankiness. So in reality, he kind of just gets one shot. Especially because Leiden went LDR third item, which is based off your percent, percent health. So
Yeah,
he has
that's
no real resistances other than tabbies for that, and he's just, in my opinion, most likely just going to get shredded. Especially with Crack and LDR, that's such a powerful duo as far as item combinations out of ADCs.
It was a bit of a trade
Flan's
going
coming in
on.
with a fight. I mean, even Flans, look at that damage. That's a Q and some autos and W autos. So Q with 3 autos double procced, and he took
Looks like
30% of his HP.
Vayne is resetting. They're just gonna go for Dragon here.
Yeah.
Pretty bad reset
they're
from
just-
Vayne.
Think they just give? Vayne's got
Although I'm not too sure that Kush needed to TP here. But I guess. Okay, well,
Well,
I guess they were just gonna go for the hero play from the beginning, but doesn't pull it
makes me
off.
feel any better. That's the second flash out of the Trundle just to get over the
The pit wall.
the pit walls.
Yeah, that first one was
first one's for a red buff, and the second one's for his death.
the first one was very interesting. I mean, he
Yeah,
got a kill out of it, so it's not the craziest thing, I guess.
Yeah, it's still not the you have to watch out for this combination here.
Yeah, it looks like they're
Ballin is
looking
on
for
Malphite.
they're looking for the Jinx right now. Definitely could tell he was
I mean,
angling.
yeah, I mean that's who you look for. You look for Kush or you look for Jinx with the Orianna Malphite combo. Ideally, you want to get both, but I mean, they're just playing so split, so you can't get them both, which is how you kind of need to play these fights. You can't group your 2 carries and Flash out of leading there. Malphite just most likely should die because he has no Flash now, and looks like a huge fight coming out.
Yeah.
Four-man
Oh
ult
my
from
God.
the
Big
plays.
ult.
Holy, and as I said, no QSS, and he can't play the game.
Yeah, it should be
I
game.
think he shouldn't have rushed the the Rage Blade here. He needed the QSS because I mean, you have a Braum, he can't build up Mikhails for you.
Yeah. Okay. It looks like the game just kind of froze on me, but
Did they surrender?
yeah, no, I think the game just ended or surrender maybe. I don't know, but point
It
is
was
that
said
we
forfeit, no? Either way, I mean that's game. I mean, there's no one to contest either way. So I think we can probably just call that because there's no way they throw this game, obviously.
Yeah, that was a pretty straightforward win for Gamma. We will go into we will go into a little break really quickly because yeah, we're already getting invited, so we will be back
Yeah, I'm
whenever the
already
game
here.
is ready to go.
Oh, you meant the world to me. My darling dear, you're never here. When I'm in pain, you hide and disappear. Like shadows in the atmosphere, charting the stratosphere. Yeah. I prayed for you and kept you near in hopes you'd chase away my fears. I'm on my own, you made it so. And now I'm chasing nightmares through I used to run with you through the great big leaves, laugh at you when you laugh at me. Hope for us because I believe the home was just you and me. I thought you were the one for me. That's why I gave you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me.
Okay, looks like they're about to get ready to start drafting. Or actually, at least the enemy team is ready. Looks like Dorado Gaming Gamma is taking a little bit of time to set up. Oh, they're waiting on Never Outmatched. I'm not sure where he is for a little break, but okay, we don't have to wait to set up. We're good to go. I think. Do you have any thoughts on those games after that, Mr. Vulture? If you're there, I'm not sure actually. I think
Oh,
you might have-
I realized my mic is muted because my Discord disconnected, and then reconnected. I mean, it was a straight up, that was a stereotypical Gamma game. They knew what they wanted to do. They knew the win condition. They knew what they needed to play around. And I think they played around it super well. And they just punished any opportunity that Coin Flip Gaming wanted to use to try to come back into the game. Obviously, they did have that kind of one fight where they kind of, split up and kind of gave them some gold back, but into like when they were in the enemy jungle. So if they just clean up that one, over aggressive play, as Never Outmatched told me the other day, the downfall to, the easiest way jungles lose game is by being over greedy. So I think
Yeah.
if they just play a little bit smarter and not try to be so greedy in those situations, even when they're up that much gold. Obviously, they want to push the pace. And obviously, that's I respect them for trying to push it. Trying to be as greedy. And that was a pretty solid game out of them.
Yeah, definitely. I do agree that we could do with a little bit more. Obviously, Noah's a very good player. Whenever I'm matched, he wants to take the game to the enemy jungler. But I do want to say that the enemy jungler is playing a very unorthodox game. I'm not a jungler main, so maybe I'm wrong. But he is definitely making some interesting decisions that might be throwing off. What the team on Dorado Gaming Gamma expects to happen at any given point. I think the previous games they've kind of been to his benefit, but ultimately he has been a bit behind from Never Outmatched in either game. So I want to see what both junglers do this upcoming game. I do think that Never Outmatched has outperformed him, over the past 2 games. But at least early on, although in the
Yeah, I
Jarvan
mean-
game he did his role. He played it well. So let's see how game 3 goes.
Yeah, I definitely think that Noah's, has outplayed him a little bit when it comes to just the overall gameplay. Now, I will say the early game of the last game, I think, what's his face played it really well in camping his bot lane, because I mean that's what you wanted to do, right? You want to get your bot lane ahead, and that's what he did early game. But then I think Gamma just did a much better job of coming back, counteracting it with just everything they had by putting the Viego, using the Mumu, support. Like I said, I think that's why Mumu is just one of the strongest supports. Just
Looks
in the
like
game.
Never Out Match has joined the lobby, so we should be getting ready to draft pretty soon. Just getting in order really quick, and I'm guessing that the draft will start shortly after.
Yeah, I assume draft will start here in just a second. I'll be interested to see, what they look to prioritize here on the red side again. I feel like you're okay giving over the Jarvan. I feel like they have, like Noah has things that he can play into it. Obviously, it'll be interesting to see kind of what path they want to go with. But I feel like the Jarvan giving over shouldn't be that big of a deal. But obviously, it's up to what they, kind of want to do here.
Yeah, let's see. Looks like they're still waiting. I'm not really too sure what's going on here. But it's fine. People are, you taking a little break before this game.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're allotted, 5 minutes in between games, 10 minutes. I don't really know.
Oh, it looks like
the
they're
rules
ready
of-
to draft, so we're just as we were
Alright.
speaking.
Yep, looks like we're getting in, well, at least blue band starting here, so we'll see kind of what we're going into here. I'll be interested to see if they go with the Thresh bans in. I assume you'll go into. I think that Gamma might end up keeping the same bans.
Yeah.
Go Ringar, MF, Zillion.
To be honest, I'm not too sure. We need
Maybe they'll change the MF
Rengar.
for
Okay,
the-
no, the Rengar stayed. I think banning the MF is a good call, but I think their ADC showed that he can be impactful on other champions. So maybe we'll look to not go that path. But the Zillion ban. I mean, I think the Zillion has to be banned here. I think it's a bit of
I mean, it just counters anything that you want to do as a team fight 5v5. You just don't want that ability to be able to keep people alive. Is really the whole point of it. It's like you just don't want the ability, like, hey, we're gonna go in and fight, but wait, we can't kill them.
Yeah. So let's see. Let's see what. Okay, the Kled I guess was seen to be a big problem. Look at the Amumu going out. Looks like they're just gonna let the MF go through. Maybe they're not really too scared of the MF itself.
I feel like it's okay now that you got rid of the Zillion, because MF by herself isn't really a problem. Because especially if you can take it yourself here, like B1, B2. Let's say first pick it, but if you first pick it, then you can get the Jarvan, and then you kind of lose the wombo that you get out of the MF. It'll be interesting to see kind of what they do.
Yeah. So here we have MF coming out. So the MF wasn't banned, and CFG said we're taking the MF. I'm guessing that we might see like a Jarvan coming out again, unless Dorado giving Gamma grabs it here. Which
Well,
I
that's
mean,
what I would assume. You take the Jarvan, so you don't let them have it, or they go the
Seraphine.
Seraphine.
Okay.
Okay. I mean, that's actually really good too. You can go Jarvan Seraphine here, and then you have actually a really huge wombo.
I think you can't. I think you can't play this at the Braum though. Where's the Braum ban?
That's fair, but it could also be a Seraphine mid. Could be a flex pick. Doesn't necessarily have to go into the bot lane. Seraphine Ashe, which is a huge bot lane that used to be played regularly at the beginning of this season.
The
Bringing it
Galio
back.
Jarvan. Okay, I think we have to ban Braum here if you're Dorado Gaming Gamma. Looks like they're going for kind of a dive. Okay, or they just got the Braum. The Seraphine's mid.
Yeah, see, I mean that's that's a good matchup for Seraphine either way, because I mean the Galio can't really go in. Kush can farm from afar. and the Braum will counteract the MF ult. So I mean, like, they want to go in, but Braum kind of counters what they want to do here. No, because I mean, if J4 wants to go in, Braum can ulti and stop him from going in, right? Stop the EQ combo. I don't really know the interactions, but I believe that's how it works. And then,
Yeah,
you know,
I like the tank bans here. I think you double ban tanks, and then obviously you R5 your top laner. So this guy, you know, not only is he not getting 2 of his comfort picks, but now he's getting put into a position where he's gonna get counterpinned. I think.
Yeah,
That's
you
good.
definitely get rid of the Malphite here. You can't let him have Malphite in this situation, I believe, because Malphite just plays super well into a Galio Jarvan Misfortune comp. Like, that wombo is just, you know, ridiculous itself, so you can't really let him have it, I think. So it'll be interesting to see what they do. I assume that's the way they will go.
Lee Sin,
Jarvan?
okay.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Lee Sin, which is actually huge. That gives, you know, that's one of Noah's probably best picks, in my opinion. Like, he is a monster when he gets onto that champion. So taking that away, looks like they're gonna ban away the Morgana, which might be an okay ban, purely for the fact that most likely will force the Galio to go bot lane.
Not even that, but it also just makes it harder for the MF to play her, you know, protect the president comp, right?
Yeah,
I
well,
think-
also it makes it harder for Jarvan
Yeah.
to be able to go in too, because you can't black
Yeah.
shield him from
I
going
do
in.
want to say I think the Galio pick here was very greedy. I think that obviously they were trying to, you know, get ahead of the curve before Galio gets banned next rotation. But okay, the Mundo. Yeah, okay, I've been waiting for the Mundo all series. This is a classic.
This is a Flans pick.
Definitely a classic.
Well, actually, not necessarily a Flans pick, because what's his face loves to play it as well.
Yeah, it's I mean, it's
a
impossible to
good
tell.
flex.
Impossible to tell where this is going at the moment.
So that's really good for the side of Gamma, because they could be like, oh, this is going top, and then they pick a counter in the Mundo, and next thing you know, it's going jungle, and then Flans has counter.
Yeah. I as I was saying, okay, the Mordekaiser. Okay, I think either way, I don't think that Mordekaiser is the best into Mundo, and now all they have to do is pick an even stronger lane into the Mordekaiser. So could be pretty rough. But I wanted to say that the Galio, the pick was very greedy. I think you have to take the Braum here, not only to, you know, protect, you know, stop the Seraphine, but to keep it from stopping your misfortune. Soraka, okay.
I don't know how I feel about that. Like, obviously, that's going to give you a ton of healing.
Yeah, I know. I think Braum has a hard time into Soraka. Okay, the Nocturne jungle. Okay, I like the Nocturne jungle. Galio, the counter for Galio.
Is he actually gonna take it?
Oh wait, hold on. The Kane to disrupt the backline.
I'm just saying. Please pick the Kane here. Let's go. That's what I like to see. Where's my R5 Kane at?
Okay,
Hold
so
I'm pinning Omega. Real
Yeah,
quick. Let
I'm
him
guessing that that you know, Fireflans here was not really too worried about the matchup. Not only he's been able to outplay him in tough lane matchups anyways. You know, what's this matchup where he's on his most comfortable champion? Really, you know, what's the difference, right? This is a champion that he loves, that he's really innately comfortable with, and you know, he's like, whatever, I don't care what the matchup is, I'm just gonna pick it. Yeah.
And I'll let you know, most likely, as a highly touted, but a Kane player myself, I have put in many games on this champ. The build, most likely he's going to go here, is what a lot of Kane players will call
Purple Kane?
Purple Kane build. Yep. Yeah, what you'll go here is you'll still go Gore Drinker.
Yeah.
I'm hoping he will try the new EU West build, the EU build, the rank 1 EU player. There's a build out there where you still go Gore Drinker, but you, instead of taking Conqueror runes, you take what is it, Dark Harvest, right? And you go Gore Drinker into Manamune into Ghost Blade. and your CD on your Ghost Blade, because you go Ingenious Hunter instead of Ravenous Hunter,
Yeah.
is 30 seconds, because you also have Lucidity Boots.
Oh, that's yeah.
As a
Dashing
blue
around the
king,
map.
yeah, you're zooming around the map in the entire game, and your Gore Drinker is on like a 10-second cooldown instead of a 15, something like that. Like it's a much shorter cooldown on all those, and because you rush tier 2 boots, your actual mana, your tier stacks faster, so you can get your mana immune faster too. It's an insane build. I've played it a couple times. It's nuts. It does so much damage by the time you get to the mid stages of the game.
Yeah, it should be. I'm excited to watch this game. I like Dorado Gaming Gamma's comp. I think the Soraka, you know, I'm not a bot lane player. I'm not very informed about the bot lane in general, but I do believe I've heard that Soraka is a rough matchup for the Braum. But you know how she fits this comp. I guess you know she's part of the Protect the Misfortune comp, but it's
Yeah,
really
but how you can't protect from a Mundo running at you and a Kane running
exactly.
at you.
That's what I was gonna say. How do you know? It's not the same as having a Zillion in the Morgana. You know, it's not going to be the
It's
same level of
definitely not the same.
protection. So, I think if anything, Soraka and yourself is the target here too. Like maybe the Zillion and the Morg are a bit trickier to get locked down. You know, Morgana rushes Zanya, she ults you. You know, she survives. Whatever. Zillion, he can ult himself. But here, the Soraka, you know, all you're asking for is to get killed yourself. While your Galio and Jarvan probably dive in to like get Seraphine ulted. I think that you know the idea for Coin Flip Gaming was another protect the President Wombo comp,
Yep.
but it's
Yep.
not as good as it was before. The
Let me tell
Mordekaiser
you-
kind of odd man out.
Tell you one thing. So as a, you know, just for jungle matchup, obviously the early game pressure is going to come from J4 just because he's playing Kane. You know, J4 has a lot more gank potential early game, but Kane, honestly, and if Never Outmatch plays this correctly, counters pretty much every champion they have.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a
because
slippery champion.
Kane can sit in his R for 5 seconds. That's enough time to wait out, you know, a really long. That's enough time for Mordekaiser ult. That's enough time to dodge J4 ult, Galio taunt, MF ult. I mean, you're playing Kane this game. Your only focus is MF Soraka because no one's going to stop you from killing them in the grand scheme of things. No one can CC you long enough, especially if you're playing blue Kane. It's just not going to happen. So it'll be interesting to watch how this early game goes because as long as the Jarvan doesn't get super far ahead, he's going to get hard outscaled just insanely.
Yeah. Well, we will go on a short break after that. We'll be back in about 2-3 minutes to get going on this final game of Dorado Gaming Gamma versus Coin Flip Gaming. Thank you once again for everybody that's followed, that's tuned in, and we'll be right back.
I'm going in. When the lights go down, I've seen hell in you, but you don't care, no, you don't care, no. You just rather watch me fall from a golden mile. I can see you at the call. Think about it, ring won't tell you what I saw. When you break it off, you'll see who had it all. You had it all. You said you wanted to fall into oblivion. Forget about the world we're living in. Fall into oblivion, oblivion. Oh, going in. Fall into oblivion. I'm going on. You can't fall asleep when you're counting stars. Got it together.
We are back for this final game of Dorado Gaming Gamma versus Coin Flip Gaming. Once again, I am joined by Vulture. The series is 1-1. We're going to exit all this game. Never mind.
Oh.
We're
We are
paused. Should unpause soon. So,
I will
No.
say, I might have a little bit of inside information, but I think I'm gonna save it.
yeah, save it for a few minutes in just in case we have some prying ears. But to make sure we're synced up, I am at 24, 25,
Yep,
26.
I'm right there at you.
Okay.
Same spot.
Sounds great. Okay, so here we see. Okay, so this is funny. Okay, little pause, little glitch. I'm not sure what's
Sorry.
happening, but this
The
is funny.
game's just
The one
stuck.
game that they don't invade, Dorado Gaming Gamma stacks.
They stack for the invade. Well, I mean this time with a Soraka, you're
You
level
can't
one is so
invade,
bad.
and you don't want to
Yeah, you're
invade into
level-
a Braum, right? Like a Braum
Yeah,
is
yeah.
a Braum is a menace level 1. A Braum is a
That's
free
the-
CC for everybody.
That's like the worst champion to invade onto.
Yeah,
Like
Braum's
it's good to it's not bad to invade with, but like invade onto, it's just the worst. Especially
Yeah.
when you have an Ashe as well.
Yeah.
'Cause especially if if they see the invade, Kush starts E and gets the double root. You get Ashe slows. You get Braum CC. Like you're not winning that early game.
Yeah. So here, just make sure we're synced up. I'm at 12, 13.
Yep. We're
Okay.
yeah,
Sounds
we're at the
good.
same spot.
Should be a very interesting game. Funny enough, like we said, Coin Flip Gaming didn't invade this time. Obviously, you don't want to invade into a Braum, and what's it called?
And an Ashe Seraphine. You don't want to invade any
Yeah.
one of those,
Yeah, that's a-
honestly. Because,
that's
I
a-
mean, if Seraphine were to start E level 1, you're not playing the game. And she did start E level 1, so yeah, they wouldn't have been able to invade that if they did. Because Braum CC'd followed by Ashe slows W and Seraphine doubles root on all team. Like, you're
Yeah.
not playing the game.
You know what I would have
And-
liked? It's also like something that another mid laner that I know would have played. Once he saw the Galio, I think a set mid would have been pretty funny here.
Who's playing set mid?
Veneris is a big set mid aficionado, and he would have
The
definitely.
only problem with that is they had no. They are one the
Yeah,
set,
the Seraphine, yeah.
Seraphine. So it'd been so hard unless you take it bot lane, but then you run the risk of them getting the Braum.
Yeah,
So,
but
I mean,
it's
kinda-
just a funny matchup, right? It's one where Galio can't play the game. I think obviously
Where's-
if your plan wasn't to take the Seraphine, I think the moment you see a Galio, you just pick.
I would
just
love to
pick set.
see a Z mid, because I mean, any AD mid laner kind of messes up Galio. No.
Yeah. Galio just have a rough time against AD mid laners, but he can get ahead. Bit of a trade going on
Yeah.
here.
I will say I do love this start by Never Outmatched. He started Raptors, obviously giving Flans the ability to go top lane to fight level 1. Doesn't show his start, but I mean, if any competent player knows where Kane goes, when he doesn't show where he starts. So it'll be interesting to see. Looks like they're full clearing down. So it looks like it is going to be a Skull Crab fight here. The problem is bot lane has HP advantage and a Soraka. So I think they may have to just give the Scuttle Crab, and he may just have to pass for topside Scuttle Crab here.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got bot pressure now, but
Okay, looks like they
pressure
did manage to get the advantage, but it looks like the Galio is moving down.
oh,
This
he's
is-
fighting. Here you go. He's level 4 to level 3, which is huge. And it's just Kane difference.
Okay.
He kind of flashed to leave his.
Yeah, that was a bit of a dissonance between the players. I think if the
Yeah.
Kane stays there, I think they at least
they
force
win.
the flash out.
The Galio is forced to flash, and they either that. I still think
Or
they'd
they
be
just
able to
kill
get
him.
the
Yeah, I think they kill him actually. At the very
Yeah,
least, they
'cause
get the
even
flash
if-
out.
Well, they get the flash out, and then Braum can follow flash to slow him down again, and all you get is one more auto.
Yeah.
Uh,
Was I gonna
but I mean,
say?
either way, I mean that's the Kane difference for you. Obviously, we didn't get to see kind of how the fight started.
Yeah,
But I mean, just Kane's gonna go for double scuttle here. With if he gets double scuttle again, like it's gonna be a really bad day for Jarvan, honestly.
Oh, looks like they're trying to go
Um,
for another fight this time. Okay, what's up top? We can see the mini map. It's not okay. It could be in a bit of trouble here. The Kane, I
Kane
think he
is
will go down
definitely
here.
in trouble
Yeah,
now. He's dead here. Yeah, he didn't get it. He did. The problem is Jarvan had a reset while Kane did not. Kush may be dead here. He's
yeah.
gonna have to
Kush dies here.
flash.
I think he doesn't bother wasting his flash here.
No,
Yeah,
he flashed. He didn't need to flash. I
yeah.
think he. Yeah.
I think at that point when you're slowed, perma slowed by the red, you just kind of give it up.
The,
Um,
the problem was Galio TP'd and had boots, so his Predator was up, so he was able to get there really fast in the grand scheme of things.
yeah. I mean the Mordecai's doing a good job into the Mundo here. Could be in a little bit of trouble. No, he just walks away, but it is a bit of a rough matchup, I'll say. I wouldn't blame the Mundo if he TP's back to lane. Usually, I like saving the TP to help your teammates, but when you're in a rough matchup like this or having a rough time, I think it's excusable to
The
burn
downside
your...
of having Ashe, they just basically spotted where the Jarvan's going to be at. They know he's not on the bot side of the map, but most likely he's going to be pathing that way. Know that both of his camps are up, so they just kind of know where the Jarvan should be going here.
Yeah,
Galio
no,
also rushing tier 2 boots. It's going to be extremely fast, especially with Predator up. So it's going to
Yeah.
Kush has to play really passively because a combo of Predator and Galio engaged, followed up by a J4, is just really strong.
yeah, let's see what's going to happen here. The Galio is looking to make a lot of plays all over the map. Like I said, Coinflip Gaming's warding has been very good throughout the map.
Yeah, Noah's looking to go for these Raptors, I think.
He finds the
He's
ward.
clearing out this ward. He does have smite, so he could just one rotation this camp, but he's gotta be very careful. He's still going for it either way. This is pretty dangerous if you're the Kane, but you have the backup. But he does get it, it looks like.
Yeah, for free too. Nothing really lost
Yep.
there from...
That's the nice point when you're Kane and you have smite up. Raptors, it takes one Q and a W, and you can basically clear the entire camp with smite up. At least once you have 3 points in your queue. Fight looks like Brady breaking out topside. Mordekaiser does have the ult, but I don't think he can fight him because Mundo could just ult himself and just basically heal up.
Actually, I think he will get
Um,
ulted. I'm a bit surprised, but I think he is. He's looking to just
He's looking to poke him down before he ults, I'm
yeah,
pretty sure.
yeah. I think he wants to make sure he can win this. Okay.
All right, and I think Kane's going to have to just give up the Scuttle Crab here. Galio used his Predator to get down there. Really nothing you can really do to contest that. Predator is just, obviously allows you to move so fast. Now, you could technically fight this. You have 6 on the Seraphine here that's on the side. This could be a huge fight. I think if Kush just ults...
Oh, that
yeah,
was just one ult, the one person.
Yeah, but, I mean, now they're coming in. TP down with TP from Bronze, and I think the Jarvan's just dead. Galio's now
Yeah,
dead.
the Ash might be. The
Everyone's
Ash is
not
dead here.
Yeah, but now everyone else is gonna die. Nope, Ash. Is Ash an ult? Oh,
He's
it's
dead
not,
too.
Ash
He's
is dead.
gonna. He lost his flash there. Yep. He
I
will
think
go down.
Mordekaiser's now dead.
That was a very big fight for Dorado Gaming Gamma. That fight
Yeah,
looked like
that's
it
a
was going to go
huge fight.
poorly for them, but very well played by them, to be honest.
All right, and I want to let you know, most likely, because I got the insider information, he's going Red Kane.
Oh yeah,
And
yeah. I kind of figured that.
He has red form at 8
Okay,
minutes, which is
okay.
huge. That's at this point in the game, 8-minute form, he's pretty unstoppable. I will say either way though, into this comp, I told him, personally that Purple Kane is still really good, but Red Kane here, obviously, just in the competitive setting, just because of the knockup alone, is just so strong.
Yeah, and into the Jarvan, Mordekaiser, and Galio, they have such a hard time navigating around a Red Kane. I think Red Kane, is just as good as Purple Kane. I think you're right. Purple Kane would have been very useful here, especially with the mobility. What are the MF and Soraka going to do against that? But I think Red Kane works just fine.
But I
here.
mean, he's playing this Kane in the form of a 5v5. So Red Kane is much better at 5v5 fighting, especially when you have a Seraphine Ashe backing you up. The 5v5 is going to go much better for Kane in that sense, instead of playing for more of the assassin style that Purple Kane is known for. So I mean, in 5v5 setting, it's really good, obviously. So I mean, it's just one of those things. You know, it's kind of a preference, you know, on what you're comfortable with. You know, if you're more comfortable with like, hey, we're gonna play this in a 5v5, then you go Red Cane. If you're like, hey, I can play this way to be more aggressive on this, you know, looking for certain fights, then you go the purple cane. But Red Cane obviously just useful into triple melee as well.
And it's really easy to stack, as you've noticed. You know, he has red
Oh,
key
yeah, I
form
mean-
already, or super early in the
Yeah.
game.
Oh yeah, I mean it's easy. It's super easy to stack because they have triple melee top side, so you just kind of play around the top side. Obviously there was that huge fight that got him the form by the dragon pit. I mean he's super strong at this point. He's already gonna have. He almost has Gore Drinker. He drops this Rift Herald here, and he has Gore Drinker after plates that fall, which is huge. Galio did use the his Predator, but for standing in lane, I don't think it's very useful.
Yeah, that'll definitely,
but
you know,
I don't-
drop some of his pressure that he can exert for a little bit at least. You know, it's already about a third way through the cooldown, so nothing too much lost there.
Yeah, I mean it's a short cooldown, but I mean if you're just standing in lane, there's really no need to use it at all when you're already there at the tower. I mean this doesn't really make a difference, obviously, because they didn't lose tower, so they're fine there. Good look at the difference here of mythic item complete for the side of Kush compared to just boots and lost chapter for Galio. So Kush is obviously really strong, pretty useful when it comes to the utility wise of it from Seraphine. So it'll be interesting to see kind of what they want to do with that. Obviously, there's not much they can do.
It
Dragon's
looks
up
like
for in a
they're
minute 50.
trying to get a little gank going on here. I'm not sure that the sweeper will pick up that last ward. Oh, he will. Okay, so they know he's there. I mean, the ward's gone, but they know the Jarvan's bottom. No real harm done there for Dorado Gaming Gamma.
Yeah, I mean that's a free base. You know, you have pressure. He reset for Gore Drinker and tier 2 boots here. So you know, Never I'm actually gonna be really strong.
I do want to say, you know, as a top laner, as a Mundo enjoyer myself, I'm a bit surprised that there's no, you know, anathemas chains here for.
Yeah,
no.
I also agree with that. With it being also a little focus selection issues going on there. They didn't focus the same target, but I don't think it really matters. He hit the knockdown.
Yep.
Flash Kush with the
Yeah, it
ult.
doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter.
Yeah.
Franco
So
might go down
strong.
up top. No, he doesn't even go down. Okay. He,
Noah
that was
playing
pretty good.
really aggressive under the tower there for no real reason. Didn't need to do that. Kane's strong, but he's really not that strong this early in the game. Just with one item.
Ooh, could be.
Oh, a lot of damage onto the MF there. He can't really stay in lane. Should be a free, not tower, but that's going to be all four
plates.
plates most likely. Go
Actually, Jarvan and Soraka are here. I think Dorado Gaming Gamma should be very careful to not get okay, and Soraka's just low.
they just Soraka's already at half HP now.
Yeah, the OG
so-
Kush playing this game very, very beautifully, I want to say. I want to say he hasn't gotten the big, amazing, you know, highlight wombo ults, but
I mean,
you
it's
know
hard to
he's
do that when
showing
the
up.
Fights are a little,
Yeah, they're a little chaotic with
little,
the split.
yeah. And the real way you get the really huge chaotic the you know game changing ults is when you play from like behind your team and ult through them, because it just extends it and no one expects it, right? But he's playing for he's like flashing. He flashed there. He ulted the. We have to be careful because Nevermatch doesn't have his ult yet.
Oh, it doesn't even matter.
Just heals him back up. Flaun's here in the
Okay.
fight. Killed the Galio here, and I think it's just knocked him up.
The Mordekaiser's here now, but it's I think it's too little,
I mean,
too
he's-
late.
He's a little Flaun's just kind of walks him down here.
Well, the OG Kush, I think, will go
dies.
down. He will
Kush
go
is
down
dead.
here.
Yeah, Kush is dead. But Mordekaiser is solo. I don't know if they have a way to kill him. Ult is back up from this. Wait, Soraka flashed in.
Yeah, that's just another big 1 for 5 fight around Dragon 4 for Dorado
Yeah.
Gaming Gamma.
That was I get what Soraka's trying to do is be supportive there, but I mean you're a Soraka. What really are you gonna do except throw a W out and then your CD's on what for another 8 seconds? Like what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
You know,
I mean,
kind of
OG Kush got shut down. The Mordekaiser's a little stronger after that, but really, what's gonna happen? What is he gonna do? As we saw there, he can't 1v5. I think this is where the Red King is paying its dividends.
yeah,
Being able
I
to
mean,
fight the Mordekaiser. I think that's really
Yeah, but I mean, like I said, as a Kane player, I mean, both forms technically can. The usefulness here is because they're triple melee and you're trying to protect your backline.
Yeah.
The usefulness of Red Kane is that knock up on the W. That's the real perk to having Red Kane in this situation. Because at this point, like Blue Kane can fight just because of the sustain alone with the E sustain. But Red Kane is going to knock up your team for team fighting purposes. That's your main prio there. Now, the one thing I don't see out of the side of Gamma that I would like to see relatively soon is some healing reduction. You're playing into a Soraka. That's pretty sketched not to have any. Looks like Kush most likely, used the double W and just sped out. He is fine. So I thought Kush was going to get caught out with the Predator, but not fast enough from the Galio.
Yeah, here we go. Just a little bit of a slow down of the game. What dragon is it? Oh, it's an Infernal Dragon. Okay.
It's an Infernal Soul in 243.
Oh, that's huge for Dorado Gaming Gamma. And that's also, whenever you're behind, you're like, oh, it's a win. So like, that's cool. Like, we're getting pretty lucky. If you're ahead and you don't have the comfort, you're like, damn, this is a win. So like, this sucks. But,
Yeah,
Infernal
now
Soul.
when you're ahead and you have Infernal Soul, like this is this, like if it's any other soul than Cloud Soul, then you're feeling really good. If you're ahead.
Yeah.
If you're behind, you want it to be a Cloud Soul because it's a Cloud Soul. It's the least worrisome soul out of all of them in the grand scheme of things.
Looks like they're trying to dive a Mundo?
Mundo?
I'm not really
That
too
seems
sure.
like a good idea.
Actually, he doesn't have Volt, so they might get away with it. But it would be for
looks
the
like
cost
they'd
of some
back up.
sums, which I don't think is worth it.
It would still take them so long to kill him, I believe.
Yeah, now they
Just
know
in
where
general,
everybody
because
is.
it's a Mundo.
I think they're about to go for a double tower all the way to Inhib, maybe at this rate.
Yeah, I mean they have second rift here, so they just drop it here and they're able to take it. Yep.
Yeah, and they just have the momentum for it too. Like I think they might not take Inhib tower, but that rift herald will probably crash into it.
It's gonna
Actually,
definitely crash into it.
no, they're gonna back off.
No. I mean, with how strong they are, they just get the second charge and then back up.
Yeah, so good
You
job
just
on
get the
them.
charge off and then you're fine.
Yeah. So what's the
I
dragon
mean-
timer now? Like a minute and a half? About to be a
Minute
minute.
16. Minute
Okay.
15. So 75 seconds.
Okay. Okay.
Jarvan looking to go in without his team there.
yeah.
Flashed out.
Don't think that's what you want,
can't
Jarvan.
you can't really EQ into a Kane because he can just knock you up like he
Yeah,
just did.
this Kane's not scared of you anymore. This is okay. And then the Mundo getting some solo farm on top. Again, I'm still a little surprised at the lack of Anathema's chains. I will say that it is the unselfish choice against Mordekaiser, but maybe you would have wanted it.
Well, I will say though, I mean he does have anti-heal, so props to him for the only player on his team to have anti-heal into a Soraka.
Yeah, but he doesn't even apply that reliably. I think
He really
the Kane.
doesn't. 'Cause-
I think the
the Kane
Seraphine
needs
should
it.
have it, to be honest.
well, maybe Kush will build it second item. Go the what is the Kimpunk?
Yeah, I mean he
Renewer?
has the
Is that what it's
amplifying.
called?
He has an amplifying. No, I think he just goes. Morellonomicon. That's my
I
thought
guess
on it.
that's probably the better one. But I
Especially
mean,
since he already has
could go either one.
Leandri's.
Yeah, but I mean either one. He can go
Yeah, either one's
way
fine. I
because
think. Yeah. Let's see. I mean,
because he has Leandris, he doesn't really need like that much damage because he's a Seraphine. But obviously you need the AP damage. But Morello obviously would be the way to go for him second item, in my opinion.
the Kane kind of just dancing around, getting
And
vision.
just playing the wall game. It is a long cooldown on Red Kane, but it's still Kane.
Well, Gamma doesn't have the greatest of poke. Their poke's okay, but it looks like they're trying to.
I will say this, in my opinion, I'm not a big fan of his build into the comp.
Oh, that Seraphine
That
ult
Seraph
completely
ult
whiffed.
was huge. No, I whiffed. I thought it hit because they didn't do anything on the back line. So the one thing, like I said, I'll say his build. He went Black Cleaver, which really isn't that good. Now obviously this fight,
This fight's
they
going
just
pretty
kind of get
bad.
ran
Yeah.
over, and now they're all dead.
Yeah. Now they're
again.
all
They
dead.
didn't-
Yep. No, Cook
They didn't
will
even
die.
get to Drake either.
Yep. The misfortune stole it. This was a very disorganized fight. It was bad because Push missed his ult. Like that's
Yeah.
such a huge ult. I think that there needed to be more bodies between him and okay, and Fireflies will go down also. Yeah, that's
Okay,
a big gold swing. Now the gold difference is only 2,000. It's about to go
Yeah,
down
that's-
even more because of the tower going down. It's,
It's definitely an unfortunate set of plays out of the side of Gamma there. Like I said, I don't personally like the build in the situation out of Never Outmatched. I think you should go Sterex second in this situation because they don't really have any true tanks where you need.
yeah, they're not
um,
really beefy, right? Like
Yeah, like they're
Jarvan
they're,
or Drinker. I don't know.
they're HP beefy, but not armor shred beefy. You know, like they're not gonna stack a ton of armor, so you're not gonna really need to build Black Cleaver because Kane does HP
Yeah.
percent health damage anyways. So you just want to build the Sterex here to be more tanky. Like obviously it's really good for the CDR purposes, but you want the wait, is he catching out this?
Oh,
Soraka?
yeah, I think
What?
I think the
I think they fight. I think they
Yeah.
could fight this super easily actually, because it doesn't really matter. But the problem is, like I said, no anti-heal.
ooh,
Oh, good knock up. You could just flat. You could ult here.
could be
Ult,
pretty bad. Oh,
He did.
ooh, what a big ult!
Ooh,
But
good push ult.
nothing,
but,
nothing will
I
happen
mean,
here. Get the
nothing
cleanse
will
out. The
happen.
cleanse is burned, so that's good, right?
That's huge. If he would have
Oh, leading could be-
Nothing,
No,
there's
actually-
nothing he could do.
Actually,
He just got flashed on. He doesn't live, but I think it's okay. Holy misfortune ult.
didn't really. It killed one person.
Yeah, I mean it's still a huge ult. It just didn't. You
it
know.
didn't matter.
But he did kill Flans.
Oh yeah, he
Um,
killed Flans there, but overall net positive for Dorado
I
Gaming
think that's where the
Gamma.
purpose, the having the Athemas would be better. You just put it on the MF, and then because like that's really again, MF is really your only true damage threat in this
Yeah.
situation.
Yeah, maybe the
like-
Anathemas could have been used early onto the Mordekaiser, and then you swap it onto the Misfortune. You know, Thornmail is an awkward item on Mundo because he can't. There's no way for him to apply the 60%, right? Because he really
Yeah.
only applies it by what's it
Looks
called?
like a fight's coming out here again. Flash again by the Jarvan. Cushion Kane or Cushion Never Outmatched are just gonna run around the map. You really that feels good as a Kane player. You just have someone to kind of give you shields, give you heals, and kind of enable you a little bit because you can play a little bit more aggressive because you have that backup there.
Let's see. This game's pretty even, 2,000 gold difference. I do think that Gamma just needs to play a clean front to back, and they can just win this game. They have to make the maximum impact from that ult. I think that's really important for the success here. I think we've been seeing some lackluster ults from the OG Kush. Oh, but we do. I don't know if you noticed this, but the Seraphine, the OG Kush, actually built her Horizon.
Focus.
So he's going for
really
the
just
big
going
damage.
for full on just damage. Is insane here. That's gonna be a lot of damage. That's obviously good for a lot of AP damage they
Oh,
have.
that's a great pick from Dorado Gaming Gamma
Yeah,
to jump on that
That's
Mordekaiser.
That's another tower for them. So that, gives them one extra tower. It gives them the tower lead. I mean, it's only one, but it's better than none.
Yeah, so I think they go for the dragon here. I think this is a clear dragon call. Yeah, this is just free. They're gonna be too late. Actually, they're not melting it as fast as I imagine.
Well, Kane's not doing it. Kane's trying to zone. You don't really have the most consistent.
Oh,
CS,
okay,
but a
so-
good knock up stop by. Ult wasn't that great out of Kush, but it still doesn't really matter here. They're so strong. Flans doesn't really get stopped. Now, Mordekaiser did ult the Ashe
Oh,
again.
that's a
and
lot
I
of
think
damage.
Leden's probably dead. I
Oh
mean,
no,
it's
he
a more. Oh, he
doesn't
lived.
die.
Oh, that's a feels bad, man.
So that's a clean ace from Dorado Gaming Gamma onto Coinflip Gaming.
I
Um,
will say Leden's going, full crit and everything. I don't really like the idea of building Mana Immune. I feel like it just delays you so much.
yeah,
Um, like no need for it here because you have plenty of mana. Like your whole point is auto attacking. I mean, I guess obviously Mana Immune will do that for like mirror mana when it's stacked, but it's so late into the game, he most likely won't even get it.
yeah.
So like building it. I mean, if anything, build Essence Reaver if you need mana, maybe because at least gives you CR.
What is that?
Ult
Oh,
coming down to
oh.
stall the J4. I guess I don't know.
I liked it. I liked it, to be honest.
It's the aggressiveness. Like
Yeah,
you're not gonna you're
yeah.
not coming in here. Don't even try it. Just in case I got an ult for you ready to go.
Yeah, you always gotta respect those the super aggressive blind plays.
I mean, he was also he's about to reset anyway, so it's like might as well just use it because nothing's gonna happen
Yeah.
anyways. We're already taking drag.
Yeah, worst case scenario, I miss, and it's back up for the next big
Which he
objective,
did,
which there is
so it
no
doesn't really
objective,
matter.
right? So,
I mean, he missed it anyway, so I mean, that's about all that could happen. It's like, oh, you miss it. I will say, Leiden did the one thing Vayne didn't do last game. He built a QSS. Mordekaiser tries to ult him. QSS
Yeah.
is it. He's
Yeah.
out of the ult. That's huge. One thing Vayne didn't do. He tried to play super aggressive last game. Leiden's like, I'm not the carrier right now. Now, while Leiden is super strong, he knows if he gets taken out of the fight by the Mordekaiser, he can't really do anything. He will die to the Mordekaiser either way because he doesn't have flash now. So he's like, if I use this QSS instead, I get out of the ult and I could actually join the team fight.
yeah. One thing I want to say is I'm not a fan of the finished Thornmail. I was talking about it earlier, but I'm not a fan of the finished Thornmail on Mundo, mainly
Yeah, I think
because
he just rushes into the theme is changed, just sit on the bramble.
yeah, because you don't get anything else. Like as far as Grievous Wounds goes, Thornmail for Mundo, Thornmail and Bramble have the same effect because Mundo
Yeah.
cannot activate the hard CC effect that gives the 60% healing
Yeah.
reduction.
One thing I would personally like to see out of Kane, out of Noah, instead of if he wanted the CDR. The one thing we have to notice, the Mordekaiser is not really going for him, and Galio doesn't really do that much magic damage, right? So if you needed the CDR instead of the the Black Cleaver, I would have went Sterix into Death Stance here. That would have made him super tanky. Heal a ton more than he already does, and then just never die because
Getting a
their
little bit-
primary armor, as we have a fight
Oh,
right
that
now,
big
a
ult comes
huge
down
ult
here.
out of Kush. There's that 5-man ult I was talking. That huge ult. You kind of do it through the
Yeah.
team.
And the Mundo's here.
Oh, but no healing reduction. The MF just healed a total of like 600 HP in
Yeah.
one freaking Soraka Q.
Okay, I
or
think the
Soraka W.
he's in a little bit
it
of
looks like
trouble here.
Mordekaiser's
Actually,
gonna
whoa,
die
he's
here.
doing okay, never mind. He just goes down here, and
And now the Galio dies as well.
I think that's just game 4.
That should just be the game here.
Yeah, Dorado Gaming Gamma does end here. I think. I don't think that there's anything for them to
Never
do.
also saying GG into the chats. Yeah, that's just the game. A great game coming out of here.
Yeah, to be honest,
really great.
obviously great gameplay by Dorado Gaming Gamma, but I will give their props to CFG. They put up a good fight. Definitely did a few plays that had us worried, but in the end, Dorado Gaming Gamma came through. They played it very well, and they rallied up after that game one. Pretty convincing victories at the end of the day. In these two.
Yeah, even
final
though they're
games.
trying to scare us in the middle of the game.
Yeah.
Uh,
Wanted to give us a heart
there's
attack.
always the one dragon throw that happens. But overall, a really great game coming uh, out of the Gamma boys here. Really solid, pretty clean game, other than the one dragon fight there in the middle. You know, but other than that, I mean, I felt like they had control of that game from the very beginning and didn't really kind of relinquish it at all.
Yeah, definitely. This game was definitely a one where Dorado Gaming Gamma was in the driver's seat. Although there was a few hiccups, like that one dragon fight they lost due to kind of multiple factors. At the end of the day, they came out victorious out of that. And besides that, they looked very solid. They they controlled the game in the way that they wanted. They were making the plays across the map in the way that they wanted. So, congratulations to them. And also once again, good job to Coin Flip Gaming. They played very well, played valiantly, I guess you could say. Uh, they're only the second team in this league so far to even take a game from Dorado Gaming Gamma, and the third one in their whole careers to ever take a game from this team in group stages. Wasn't a match, but sure, great job to them. But even more congratulations to Gamma. Great job out there. Way to rally up after that questionable game one. But okay, let's talk about MVPs. Actually, no. Before we get into MVPs, let's look at some numbers. Let's see who the players were here. Um, okay, so here we see the MF kind of being as we would have expected, the big damage for Coin Flip Gaming. Damage kind of lacking all around the board, except for the
Yep.
Mordekaiser, which understandably was whopping on the Mundo for a good amount of the game.
Because Mordekaiser over there is beating down, leading in the ults,
Oh,
and
that
beating
too,
down
yeah.
Mordekaiser in the top lane. Anytime you're against a Mordekaiser, if you're able to do some damage to him, like I mean, if you're able to do anything, like you just kind of beat him down, and do a ton of damage either way.
Yeah, definitely. The Red King, I really like to hear a lot of disruption, which is what they needed. You don't want the MF to feel safe. Obviously, Purple Cane could have done the same thing, disrupted the backline and not let the MF feel safe. But I do think that
Hmm.
the Red Cane was the right call here, just because of the knockup,
Yeah.
like we've mentioned so far, all this
Yep.
disruption. One time we even saw him, knock up the Jarvan mid EQ.
He did
So,
it. He did it a couple
oh,
times,
okay,
and that's where the point of Red Cane is, like into the triple melees there. But I mean, like I said, either one, like you could run it either way because just the way the Cane is, like you can play it as a frontline type of tank shredder type thing, or you disruptor, or you could play it as the purple side, and you can play it as an assassin that almost never dies because you have Gore Drinker. You can play it
yeah.
either way.
Okay, let's see. Okay, I don't know where if they're in the chat yet, but let's start talking MVPs.
I mean,
We picked two
I
here
think
because it's a
across the
series.
I think across the board, if we look at the whole series, I still think we have to give it to Noah.
To Noah. Okay, Noah. Actually, let me look at the results really quick to refresh my memory on who the big
I mean, he did pop off in game two on the Viego as well.
yeah.
Uh, although say though, Hooked kind of destroyed game two with the Amumu as well.
Hooked was a big highlight of game one. Okay, I think we should give some love to the support. I think Leadin played well, but I think Noah, did very well in the other games. I do want to say that this is a little rough. If I have to give my votes out, I do want to say this would have to be maybe a Kush and Hooked angle. I know Leadin played very well, but I'm pretty sure we had Leadin on very recently, so I kind of want to spread the
uh,
love. But
say leading game one was pretty rough on the Ezreal.
yeah, you're right. Okay,
Uh,
so yeah, we kind of cut him out of contention. Uh,
like I said, I think just I mean personally across the board, I think Noah controlled the map pretty well.
yeah,
Obviously, other than the one dragon fight, and then Hooked, on the Amumu just was unstoppable.
yeah.
So
Okay, I think
those are gonna
we
be my two
yeah.
contentions,
So I think we bring
Hooked and Noah.
we bring Hooked and Noah in for this one. This rough a little rough, but if I remember right, actually I don't remember who we interviewed last time. I'm pretty sure it was Leading and somebody else, but I don't remember. So I'm just gonna move Noah and Hooked in. Hello, hello.
Hello, hello.
Congratulations, boys, on the 2-1 win, reverse sweep, silver scrapes.
Silver scrapes.
Oh.
So
How we feeling, boys?
yeah,
I mean, we don't like to lose games for sure, but
Agreed.
we had a little too much fun and got punished.
Yeah. So why'd you lose then, huh? If you don't like to
Uh,
lose,
better jungle wins.
always,
okay,
always.
yeah, okay,
Gotta love Jarvan.
better jungle game one, I guess. That's the Diffie and the Jiffy, as we like to
Uh-huh.
call it. But it's okay. You came back around and you returned the favor. Um, so what are some thoughts after that game? So I know you guys were having fun, but really, when did you guys feel like, damn, this we're having a little too much fun. We're in a little bit of trouble here for game one.
Uh, I mean, for game one, like we were having fun, but we were taking the game serious the whole time. I think that once the MF got, I think it was like a double kill and lived. Really the moment where I knew the game was like going to be really hard was the Baron fight, where they zillion ulted the MF
Hmm.
instead of everybody else who was low, and then my ult just was just shy of executing like 3 people, and the MF who I comboed got zillion revived. So uh, like I don't know, the zillion just played really well. I wasn't expecting it at all. Like I expect people at this MMR to have no idea what Zillion ult does, but he played well, and I got punished.
What does Zillion do?
It revives the target that the Eve wants to kill.
Yeah,
I, I know I was.
that was a rough game. Definitely. It was very they were going for a protect the president comp, and I think that was their goal. A lot of the games, I think they were relying on their ADC to get them ahead and carry them. I think in the third game, it kind of showed once you guys banned the Zillion and the Morgana, they tried to do kind of a haphazard, um, protect the president comp. It didn't really work because Soraka and Galio aren't going to do the same, you know, level of protection as
They're
the
not the
Morgana and
same as a
Zillion. Yeah.
Zillion.
Were you guys like any worried at all when you guys saw the the MF game three?
I mean, not particularly because I guess I'm thinking, okay, well, we kind of got rid of most of the setup for you to go for this. So, I mean, if you want to pick MF again,
Yeah.
I mean, go ahead. So,
Were you guys concerned, like, once you guys picked Seraphine, like they would pick Braum? Like, do you guys feel like they should have grabbed Braum? At least when we were watching, I felt that they should have grabbed the Braum instead of the Galio, and that would have made the game a lot harder to play for you guys. What do you guys think about that?
I
uh,
mean, we were talking about the like 2 most prominent Seraphine counters in the Silas and the Braum, and we kind of just decided to rip it anyway. I think we were prepared for either of the counter picks. They obviously didn't pick either, but I don't know. I mean, Hook can maybe speak a little bit to the interaction in the lane as far as Braum goes, but outside of lane,
yeah,
I think we were prepared for how team fights would go if they had Braum.
yeah. I mean, if they took Braum, like, I mean, I have things ready for a Braum pick, because at that point, I mean, it's like, okay, well, they're doing more protect the president,
Yeah.
and at that point, I mean, I have no problem just playing an enchanter into it and just flicking them all off. So, I mean,
Yeah. Yeah, and I do want to say, great games out there from you, Hooked. You were really looking for big engages. You got some big engages, even in the losing game with the Rakan. You had some great plays. So, good job out there. That was really great to watch. Uh, you know, I like the
But
aggression from
Zillion
Noah
and
too.
Morgana kind of
The disruptive.
pulled them over.
Noah got a little crazy in some of the invades. Ended up dying sometimes, but you know, you live by the crazy plays. You die by the crazy plays, right?
Yeah, I mean it's not a last set of the season if you're not limit testing, right?
Yeah, yeah. Got to
So
limit test a little bit.
true.
If you fail, whatever, you just lose your perfect record, but you're still first place, right? Doesn't really matter. Do you guys have any other thoughts? Any other thoughts about the game? This game was a little harder than I guess a lot of us would have predicted. Even if we did have a little bit of fun in that game one. So I don't know if you guys have any thoughts on CFG or the games in general.
Um, I think that it's. I will say that I think they do a decent job at like sticking to like their roots. 'Cause I
Yeah,
think they knew what they knew what they thought um worked, so they just kind of kept drafting in a similar way. Like for example, I mean, even like the second game draft, like it's different champions, but it's still like the same kind of comp, and we kind of had to. They forced us to adapt a little bit,
yeah,
but
yeah. They
yeah,
definitely they look. You could tell they were big fans of the Wombo combo comps and also playing around their ADC. Uh, not just as a caster, but as you guys as a manager, I was glad to watch you guys, adapt to that and not just let them play their game again. Um,
yeah, I think game 2 and game 3 is about how this series was expected to go. I I myself brought out some jungle picks that I'm not necessarily the most known for this series. Just want to diversify the repertoire going into playoffs. Show people that I'm capable of playing these things. Maybe you have to throw a ban, but I mean, this series like just showed kind of how like one champ can 1v9 a game. In game one, Zillion was like pretty unbeatable for our comp. Like we just didn't have an answer. Game three they had no answer for Ross. It was
Oh
just
yeah, I like that one.
it was just busted. They
Yeah,
can't lock him down, and they have three tanks that he's spinning on top of. So, I think that this series, more than any other we've played, just showed that all the way up until pick five, the draft is dynamic, and nothing we do is ever set in stone.
yeah, definitely. And that, like in that game three draft, that Mundo, even the Mundo, you're like, where is that going? Or they like, there's no way to know. And I'm sure that they thought the Mundo would go jungle after. At least, I mean, maybe not them, but I definitely thought the Mundo would go jungle. Once you see the Mordekaiser pick, obviously, No was very comfortable in the champion, so maybe it'll just be player diff over champion diff, anyways. But, maybe it would have been like, okay, can the jungler take this? I can get a good matchup in this Mordekaiser. But in the end, we were surprised by the Kane pick, which I thought, fit very well. The red Kane is super hard to play around for that comp. And I saw you, well, I noticed it once, but apparently it happened a few times where you disrupted the Jarvan trying to jump away or jump in. And I'm sure that was a very frustrating for him.
Yeah, I mean, Kane is one of the premier disengaged junglers in Rost. I'm gonna say something that I know your co-caster is gonna disagree with. I don't think that Blue Kane is playable and competitive. I think that Kane serves a very unique niche in that he has amazing disengage. He's really really hard to kill if you can't lock him down. So low CC comps just fall apart to Kane, and that's kind of where you're gonna see us pick him if we do pick him at all.
Yeah,
Um, but I think that if those two circumstances are met, he is one of those junglers who can just absolutely take over a game. Like
yeah.
that being said, there's really no excuse for dying on the first crab to a Kane.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. It didn't show the spectator what happened, and I was like, "How?" I was like, "This is not allowed." I was like,
Wait, it didn't show on the spec. Dude, he just like
"N-
I just right clicked him. Like I just
no,
auto
it
attacked him.
was showing us the bot lane basically moving because they were standing next to each other,
Yeah,
and
no,
all of a sudden
I just auto attacked him.
it showed us at the very end when you killed him, and I was like, "What is this Jarvan doing?" I was like, "How is he allowed? Like, what is like? He's not allowed to die to a cane at like that scuttle crab." I'm like, it's a cane. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, that was a
The
bit of
only
a
thing I can think of is that he used spells on the crab out of like before I got there. But
I
like
would assume so, but still, I mean, like that. It's
it's a
a
cane, man.
yeah. Kane provides no CC. He does some damage, but it's not like amazing. And then it's like your Jarvan, like hello. So
Yeah,
I
I
was
don't know.
like, like I mean, that's just gonna snowball it. And then we were like, the game should have really been over there for the fact that you flashed over the wall as Hooked went in, and you guys could have killed the Galio right then and there too.
yeah.
Yeah, you saw a little bit of miscommunication
Yeah.
between us. I didn't quite realize that it was a keep going angle, and that's my bad for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah,
Like
when
it was
you had Conqueror stacked, you had the damage, like you're basically full HP. That's 100% like, hey, we're going in.
yeah, I mean this is my first Kane game in about 2 years. So I think the last Kane game I played, I was actually destroyed in the jungle by the legend Boot Bobby. So we bring it out every now and then.
All right, still, I'll forgive you on this one. But it's one of those things. Like if you haven't played in a while, it's always you don't know the limits of the champion as well. You don't know what you can and can't get away with. But I mean, overall, I mean, just a great game from especially the last two games between the two of you of you know, just Amumu taking over the game. The Vayne trying to be hyper aggressive and not voting QSS when Amumu has 3.5 seconds of CC is pretty troll. And then
A little bit, yeah.
Kane being able to just take over the game because it's Kane.
Yeah. Well, I mean, good job, boys. We ended another regular season undefeated. At least match wise, we dropped 2 games, so going downhill. In UJL, we only dropped 1 game, so um, got to work on that, boys. But
Ooh.
but real talk, good job, boys. Great job, great season so far. And now we're gonna get ready to set up for playoff mode. We're going full steam ahead. Had a bit of a lax week, knowing that we were in a good position for playoffs, and now we're gonna go into overdrive to try to try to bring home the chip. But before we head out, do you guys have any shout outs you guys want to give before we shut down the stream for tonight?
Um, shout out to the org, obviously, and shout out to you guys for casting. It's crazy, having this much support out of an org. You guys are great, and coming from my HOTS background, there are some orgs that are like actually set up and organized, have like LLCs, things like that, and they're
Yeah.
not nearly as good as you guys. So I'm always really thankful for the organization you guys have, and it's been a big help in just helping us focus on the game.
Agreed.
Appreciate you guys. Okay, what about you, Kush? You got any internet? My bad. Hooked. You have any?
Who?
Hooked. What about you have any
Uh,
any shout outs before we head out?
Mostly the same. Just like 3 of my friends. Like shout out to Sand, shout out to Desmond, and shout out to Money.
For sure. Shout out to Manny. Talking about the same Manny, right? The our old EDC friend. Uh,
Indeed.
okay. Well, shout out to him. For bringing some of you guys to us, and we filled in the rest of the spaces. But we have a great team. So shout out to him for that. But congratulations again, guys, and thanks for everybody that tuned in and watched this 3 game banger of a series that we had. And hopefully we see all of you guys next week when playoffs start. I don't know if the league will be casting it, but if they're not, we're always here to make sure our boys get to show off what they're made of on stream. But thanks again, everyone. Have a good night, and we'll see you guys all. I don't know, whenever we have another game, I guess.
next stream.
Next stream, boys.